FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Oh, good morning. Is it cold out there?
It's 38.
I held my breath coming in. I didn't want to even find out.
Is that some kind of a neat
It's a
trick we don't know about?
It's a trick. You hold your breath, and it feels like 78 and sunny. Just don't hold your breath too long because it gets dark out quick. I believe. Good morning. Good morning. We have a lot to get to today here on this Friday. Tiny Power's coming up in a few minutes. Pope Leo, 1 year anniversary. How it's gone so far. He was with Marco Rubio yesterday. You know, I discovered Marco Rubio is not a bad-looking guy, but he takes horrible pictures. Someone has to kind of show him how to take pictures. I don't think he takes good pictures.
You know, if there's somebody out there who can teach that, I could take a couple of lessons myself. I'm one of the least photogenic people that I know, or maybe I'm just ugly.
I think you and I are together on this thing. I'm in the same boat. I hate every picture that's taken. In fact, what is that? In fact, I hate it when people come in here and take pictures. I hate it. I hate it because I just feel like I look so stupid. Davey, pull up the microphone there. You told me yesterday you didn't want to be don't want anybody to see you here.
Yeah, who cares?
You're not here.
Who cares?
They're laying odds that you stay till 9.
Are they?
They are. We'll see what happens.
What is it, negative 225?
I believe it's negative 150.
Yeah, then you ain't going to win any money if it's that negative.
Okay.
150.
Yeah, you're right. You're the big gambler here now. Willie Waffle coming up in a little while. Frank Policelli, an interesting story about a local immigrant who has, in Frank's definition of this whole thing, he's been really, really wronged. Steve Houck will be in to talk about it as well. It involves the town of New Hartford. And right now he is in an ICE detention center where Frank says he is being tortured. And that he is someone who's been here for years. He's a contractor, has workers, and got caught up in something in the town of New Hartford. So we'll find out what Frank...
Okay, well, this is interesting.
Yeah, it does get quite interesting. We'll find out what Frank is dealing with here. He's representing him. Davey, Hobica's free money question of the day today is worth...
I'm letting you guys pick that today. I'm exiting out, so I'm out.
Okay, thank you.
250?
Let's do 250. Yesterday he was going nuts in there with $500. Just saying.
$500 Thursday, yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Mike Gentile is on today, Republican candidate for the 119th Assembly seat in the Republican primary, which is coming up. And then we have a whole bunch more to get to with a lot going on here this morning. And some crazy stories out there today, I got to tell you.
Did you guys see the video that was surfacing on the internet all day last night of the school bus in Madison? The car got the truck went into the back of it.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. And again, not paying attention.
Right.
What kind of truck was that? I didn't see the video.
It was
My
like
wife was
a pickup truck.
Okay. Not paying attention, driving along, school bus stopped and ran right into the back of it. I don't think anybody was injured.
I don't think so.
But it could have been really, really bad.
But the parent had it on their camera on their house. And
yeah.
You can see clear vid. It's all over social media.
This story, I think this was Bowkville. And actually there were injuries. 2 adults and 4 children were injured after the pickup truck rear-ended the bus in Bowkville, which is north of Rome.
Madison, right?
Oh, Madison Bowkville, right? Yeah. I'm thinking of McConnellsville. You're right. So Madison is on Route 20. Sorry. 4 children. I wonder if this happened. I'm going to see where it was actually on. Happened near Route 20 in Bowkville, where a lot of people fly. And that tends to be a 4-lane road. But I think as it goes through Bowkville, it is single lane, I believe. Video of the crash circulated on social media. shows the truck speeding down the road before smashing into the bus, which was stopping to pick up a student. This could have been so much worse. There were 23 students on the Madison Central School bus. The bus was headed to the school, which is also on Route 20 down there. The driver of the Dodge Ram pickup was taken to Wynn for treatment of minor injuries. The pickup driver was reported stuck in the vehicle, and police firefighters had to remove him. The bus driver was transported to Hamilton's Community Memorial Hospital to be checked on. No word on where the two students on the bus were transported or what their injuries were, but this could have been a disaster.
Then there was an accident on the throughway.
There was.
Jeff
and that
has
was
the
in
details
Marcy.
in his news.
That was a Marcy accident, right?
Yep.
What is that story?
Let's see here. State police say that it
That's
happened.
a construction. That's here
It's
we are.
right over here when they go
two,
over the bridge.
These are the two issues that we've been talking about so much this year, and that is school bus safety. Stop when you see a bus, and slow down in construction sites.
I'm trying to get this other crash here. Okay, so state police say speed was a factor in a work zone crash along the state thruway. 63-year-old Catherine Swain was allegedly driving a tractor trailer on the highway in Marcy yesterday when she ignored signs, ended up in that work zone before striking a concrete barrier and a pickup truck. Both she and the person that were in the pickup truck suffered non-life-threatening injuries. She was ticketed and will answer the charges at a later date.
So a busy day, and dealing with the two issues that I know Sheriff Maciel has been on this program talking about several times. Be careful in a construction zone.
That truck was moving.
Yeah. One more. A man is facing burglary, animal cruelty, and oh my God. And with animals, for God's sakes. I don't.
Are you serious?
I got to read that story before I read it. Yeah. Does that make any sense? I have to read that story before. I'm going to proofread that one before we run with it. Let me go to Tanya J. Powers, who is standing by right now from Fox News Radio. Tanya, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. So yesterday we saw a lot of photo ops with the Pope and Marco Rubio. And let's start with that. As the Pope comes up on a year, let's talk about the meeting with Marco Rubio.
Yeah, the meeting lasted about 45 minutes with Marco Rubio. They exchanged gifts. Pope Leo gave Rubio an olive, wooden olive, it was made of olive wood. It was a pin.
Yeah, like from an olive tree.
Yeah, from an olive tree. I was not. None of that was coming out right. And Marco Rubio gave Pope Leo a small crystal football with the logo of the State Department on it.
His favorite team, the State Department.
Exactly. I mean, I've got their jersey. Who doesn't?
I could have. Yeah. That's everybody has it. I could see if it was like a baseball and the White Sox, but yeah, that's interesting.
It was an interesting gift. And apparently they did have some time to shop because he was apparently asked, were you sent to basically, clean up things from the recent back and forth with the Pope and President Trump? And he was like, no, this visit was planned, a long time before that. Regardless, they did talk about the situation in the Middle East. This, of course, comes after the, back and forth from Pope Leo and President Trump about, Iran. President Trump saying that, all kinds of things, including that Pope Leo wanted Iran to have a nuclear weapon, which, is kind of puzzling because when you look back at the, words of Pope Leo during his first year, which, today is the anniversary of of the first year, on sunset of May 8th, 2025, that was when, he first came out and spoke. And if you look at the article from the Vatican News that, wrote about this, he basically they basically say he has the word peace has been mentioned 400 times in the addresses that he has delivered in the first year of his being Pope. If anybody had any question as to what is the first and foremost on his mind when it comes to issues especially of world importance.
And it's what you would expect from the Pope. But you know what? So what's different? What is different about this administration, this president, and every other U.S. president? And my observation, and maybe I'm wrong, but it's that the Trump takes offense to anything that's said that he thinks even remotely revolves around him, or maybe every statement does, and he gets the back and forth going. The Pope could have said all of these things, and it never would have made news had it not been for Donald Trump, who picks up the quote and then jabs back. And that's what previous U.S. presidents have not done, I feel.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting way of dealing with the leader of the Catholic Church, which millions and millions and millions of his of his constituents are
Catholic. Instead of using
and so it is kind of a puzzling way to have a relationship with the leader of the church. So that is kind of puzzling. Rubio is meeting with Giorgia Meloni today, the Italian premier. That is something that's also been kind of interesting lately because she has been a supporter of Trump, but has recently, defended Pope Leo, actually, and kind of gotten crossways with Trump because she has, she's taken up the Pope, basically. So this is, I've been seeing this called a fence mending visit by Marco Rubio, and, that's the way it's been kind of couched. It seems kind of like that's what's going on here, but nonetheless, those are the meetings that he is having while he's there.
I got to tell you, NBC last night called it a high stakes meeting between Marco Rubio and the Pope.
Okay,
high stakes. I'm not sure I'd go quite. That would not be the way I would describe it. Nonetheless, you're right. There are a lot of Catholics on the planet, and this has been one that a lot of people are talking about. So 1 year for the Pope. He's certainly made some news with the help, I think, of President Trump. So, Tanya, awesome stuff. Thank you so much, and enjoy your weekend.
Thanks. You too.
All right. Manaski.
Some say, I don't know if I can do it this morning. Some say we mended a fence. I say it was good defense. We gave him a football, and I'll sack the Pope, taking him down.
Mike this morning, I'm surprised Marco didn't give the Pope a Trump watch. Not sure what the inscription would say, but or maybe a Pope tie or a Trump tie, or even better,
a portrait, an autographed
Trump
portrait.
That would be even better. But I think the greatest of all would be if Marco said, "Here, this has been signed. It's the Trump Bible." Yeah, it's been changed a little bit. You'll notice the changes. There are a few things in there, like the Pledge of Allegiance and stuff like that. But you'll enjoy the Trump Bible.
Little Leo, I call him the pompous pontiff.
That's, I'm assuming those words have come out of his mouth. All right, hold tight. I'm going to ask you with an update. We're going to talk to Willie Waffle in a second. I need to proofread this story, but it's a doozy. Oh boy, it's a doozy. It's a doozy.
I've got a wild one coming up for you, too.
Here's Manaski with an update.
All right, so the latest on Iran. President Trump says the ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran remains in effect after the two countries traded fire on Thursday. U.S. Central Command said earlier it had intercepted attacks on U.S. Navy ships transiting the Strait of Hormuz, calling them unprovoked. In response, the U.S. targeted the Iranian facilities responsible for the attacks. Meanwhile, Iranian officials accused the U.S. of violating the ceasefire between the two countries, saying Iran attacked U.S. vessels in retaliation. The Trump administration's new counterterrorism strategy targets left-wing groups, Islamic extremists, and narco-traffickers. Sebastian Gorka, a senior director for counterterrorism, claims that 2025 saw more left-wing terror attacks than right-wing for the first time in 3 decades. Gorka telling reporters he will investigate left-wing groups, jihadists, and Antifa. Carolyn Leavitt is a mom again. In a post on X Thursday, the White House press secretary announced she gave birth to her daughter, Vivian, on May 1st. She was born 4 days after Carolyn held her last press briefing before going on maternity leave. A North Carolina widower is suing a Texas outpatient clinic after his wife died after 10 hours of plastic surgery. Peter Ginniger telling People magazine that during the surgery there were complications, including hypothermia and severe blood loss. His 48-year-old wife ended up dying in the hours following as a result. And the Golden Globes say the use of AI will not automatically disqualify a movie from being nominated. The International Film Awards announced new rules on Thursday about the use of AI, saying it, quote, may not replace the core creative contributions of human talent, unquote, used to make a film. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 6:41. Here is your Weather Center forecast.
Some wet weather scattered around, but intervals of dry weather in between the next couple of days. I don't see any washout. Passing showers this morning, mostly cloudy, with some sunshine, then some sunshine and clouds this afternoon with a passing shower 55. Tonight, clear and chilly into the upper 30s. That's going to put the Adirondacks low to mid-30s. Showers around tomorrow near 60, scattered showers likely early on Mother's Day. And then mostly sunny, 62. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stitchick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
A few clouds, 38 degrees at 6:41.
A couple of other stories out there that are making news. A man is facing burglary, animal cruelty, and sexual misconduct charges after deputies say he was caught breaking into a barn where he had inappropriate contact with animals on multiple occasions. This is in Cortland County. Deputies were called to the farm in the town of Lapeer. I don't know if I say that correctly. Just after 10 a.m. Monday to investigate a report of a suspicious person. According to the county sheriff there, Walter Carmen, 66, had entered the barn and had multiple inappropriate interactions. Boy, oh boy. Like, apparently, the desire must have been so great, he came back for more several times. Carmen entered the bar several times and had interactions with the animals inappropriately. He was arrested before 6 p.m. on Tuesday and charged with third-degree burglary, sexual misconduct, and animal cruelty. He was arraigned in Cap Court on Wednesday. Maybe this is a drug-related, I don't know. Carmen is due back in court on May 14th.
No comment.
Okay. I didn't think it would be one we would really discuss much. Right? Probably not. Here's another one that I thought, beyond these two crazy construction and bus crashes in the news, an upstate New York volunteer fire department treasurer. This has happened at a couple of volunteer fire departments in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Is charged with stealing nearly $63,000 from their funds before, and this is in the capital region, before anybody noticed. The problem is a lot of these fire companies are struggling. The firefighters are volunteer.
Yeah.
They're donating their time, and here this guy is stealing the funds, allegedly. Robert Fink, who, interesting last name, who served as the treasurer for the Chemical and Hose Company number 4 Volunteer Fire Department in Rensselaer, is accused of using the organization bank account for unapproved checks, cash withdrawals, and credit card purchases between December 4, 2025 and March 19th, 2026. If you look up the definition of the word Fink,
yeah,
I realize that's a last name, but the word Fink, is that slang or is that an actual?
I don't know. I'm checking right now.
I feel like it's you'd see it in old movies. It's like, yes, he's a robber. He's a Fink. We're going to go get him. We're going to get him now.
A friend of mine growing up, his mother, when she was yelling at her son, would go, "Get out of there, you little rat Fink."
Yeah. Rat Fink.
Okay, so Fink is a North American slang term for contemptible person, specifically an informer, snitch, or a strike bearer.
Okay.
A scab. Oh, a scab. Strike bearer. Strike breaker. as a verb, to fink means to inform on someone or to act as a strike breaker.
All right. In this case, somebody finked on Fink, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And here's a good one. This is a good story, considering we've hit the bottom of the barrel here. A single penny has fetched $64,000 at an auction in Virginia this month, or last month in April. There was a rare minting error on the penny, and it had it sold for $64,000 at auction. Pretty wild, right?
That is wild.
My phone started blowing up on Thursday evening with messages via social media about the record price, said John Brush, the president of David Lawrence Rare Coins. While we couldn't have possibly expected such a result on this coin, we were excited for the cosigner as we were able to fulfill his wishes in marketing and presenting the collection to Lincoln collectors. It sold for $64,000. Now, what I find interesting is you might have a penny in your possession, and would you ever know it? How often do you have pennies in your pocket and you just don't look? You throw them wherever, under the seat of your car, wherever.
Well, I usually
you might
don't,
not know. You might not even know.
I usually don't. Sometimes they fall out of my pocket into the seat of the car, but I don't usually cast them. Just I know they're only worth a penny.
Be gone. You're only worth a penny.
The way you describe it.
Be gone.
Usually when you get pennies,
you cost more to make than you're worth. You're gone.
Don't you just send them out into the universe?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, that's true of.
But I think though
quarters, dimes, and nickels too.
You wouldn't really look at it to see. Oh, this is weird. There's an upside down letter on this thing.
I think it's insane that something that's only worth a penny is actually worth $64,000. I mean, I understand that there's a typo and it's rare. I get that.
Well, and I also think, and I could be wrong, that it probably has something to do with the fact that pennies are no longer being made. And maybe that is... God, Davey, could you grab that phone? I know that... Dreamland, but thank you. I think that pennies have become a thing of the past, and maybe that's the reason why. I don't know. I hate to stop this compelling conversation, but I have something really big.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Really, really big to discuss with. You wanted me to break first? I'm not going to do it. I have something really, because this is big. Let me go to Willie Waffle. Willie, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Now I'm intrigued. You have tempted me. What's going on?
Well, it's on your list, and I never saw it coming. I never knew it was coming. I had no clue, and we discovered it, and it was not at all what I expected, and it was dark, and I couldn't stop watching it.
Mortal Kombat?
The Bear.
Oh.
The Bear.
The Bear. So The Bear is the show about the kid comes home, his brother had committed suicide, and he takes over the sandwich shop and turns it into their effort to become a Michelin star restaurant and into more of a fine dining restaurant. And it's the intensity, right, Willie? That
oh God, yeah.
I mean, it's just it is one of the greatest shows on television today. Or in theaters, for that matter. This is really an epic show, and I can't wait for the next season to come out, which I think is this summer, right?
It's going to be June 25th. It was just announced this week.
All right.
June 25th, the final season of The Bear.
Oh, it's the last season. Well,
Yep.
It is so unique to all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the season starts in June, and they drop an episode. And they're calling it episode 1 of the first season.
Well,
what's up with that?
I think that's just because Hulu has to put that stuff on. Like their convention is they have to tell you what episode of what season it is. This is really a standalone episode. It was a big surprise. It just showed up on Hulu the other day.
Yeah, it just showed up.
Yeah. It's called Gary, Gary, Gary. And for people who are fans of the show, it is a story that we've kind of heard over the years. It is a trip that Richie and Mikey, who the brother who had committed suicide.
Mikey's the one that really has only been in as flashbacks. He's been in the series just as flashbacks.
Yeah, so this is a flashback to a trip that they took to Gary, Indiana, to deliver something for Uncle Jimmy, who we're all convinced is somehow mob-tied.
Yeah.
So this is like, the wild, crazy things that happened on that trip. So it's a flashback. It's a flashback, timing-wise, it's said to have happened just a little bit after the Fishes episode for people who are big fans. So after that Christmas episode that went completely off the rails, okay?
Yeah.
And it's Richie and Mikey going out there and getting into trouble and having some antics and being crazy. And then there is a shocking final scene that may be setting up season 5 of The Bear.
Yeah, I mean it's intense, but really, really awesome. And you're right; it may be setting up the final season. That Christmas episode might be one of the greatest episodes I've ever seen in entertainment.
Yeah,
I mean it was when you find out why a word like breathtaking exists when you watch this episode, because it really does. You start to breathe heavy, and I mean it's your heart's beating during this episode. It's just incredible.
Oh yeah, and what I like about the episode is it starts off as it's just two guys out there chatting, talking about life, being goofy, and you start getting just kind of drawn in. You start to see the emotional struggles they're going through. You see the struggles they're having with life. You see maybe some conflict between the two of them, and they're unearthing all these unsaid feelings that are coming to the fore, and it's very, very explosive. In between between Mikey and Richie, and I just think it's really great. I think it's an episode that you have to be a fan of the show, I think, to really get into, because you need to know these characters and where they're coming from. And in Richie's case, where he is at the end of season 4 versus where he used to be when he was more of a screw up. And so I think that's a really cool part of the Bear lore, if you will. But it's cool. I don't know if they're going to do any more of these.
I said the same thing to my wife. Will there be another one before they drop before the season drops? We will find out. But it is and very drug induced. This which led to bad things. Ultimately. Okay, I brought Davey in. Davey, say hi to Willie. Oh, you're leaving me? Oh, no. All right, well, I was going to tell him, because he's a big Mortal Kombat fan. And Mortal Kombat 2 is in theaters, and I figured you hated it.
Oh, this is like the movie for 12-year-old boys just hopped up on Mountain Dew.
Oh, boy.
I mean, this thing, it is there's not a lot of redeeming value to it. I'm not going to lie. I mean, the thing about Mortal Kombat 2, I mean, there's a plot if you could, if you can kind of sift it out of all the junk that's going on. Hey, good luck to you. There are a lot of characters, so you can figure out everybody's motivation and what they're doing. Good luck to you.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's just a bunch of fight scenes. It's supposed to be this other realm, otherworldly, battle for supremacy and battle to control the universe. And all these fighters have to have these fights, and the team that has the standing at the end become the leaders of the entire Earth realm. Okay, sure, great. It's just fight scenes. It's just, hey, let's watch this guy kick this guy's booty. Let's watch this guy rip this guy's head off. I mean, that's really what the whole movie is.
Davey,
And then the script. Oh, don't get me started on the script. I mean, this is one of those. It's one of these classic B movie kind of scripts where it thinks it's so much smarter and sassier than it really is.
Yes.
And so I'm sorry, Davey. It's horrible.
Willie, finish him.
Are you a Mortal Kombat fan?
No, I've never been a Mortal
I'm-
Kombat fan.
I'm asking
Yeah.
Davey.
No, I have
sorry.
never been a Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I thought you were.
No.
Okay. Any wrestling movies out there coming up, Willie? Because I'm trying to cheer him up today.
There's a pay-per-view tomorrow
That's right. Backlash is tomorrow night.
in Tampa.
Yeah. You know, Willie's a
So I'm
big,
excited
big
for that.
wrestling
Jacob
fan.
Fatu against Roman Reigns is the main event.
Yeah. What do you think of the main event,
So
Willie?
it's family member against family member. Jacob Fatu
Main event.
is. I'm sorry,
Go
Willie.
ahead, Davey.
Jacob Fatu.
No. I was going to say, I think the main event, Fatu and Reigns is going to be good. But you know what match I'm really looking forward to? I'm looking forward to The Miz and Kip Wilson joining forces
With
to fight
Danhausen.
Danhausen
Yeah.
and his secret partner that we don't know who it is yet.
They're saying it's going to be CM Punk.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see CM Punk. I think it's either him or Joe Hendry, if you ask me.
Did anybody ever expect Willie and Davey to connect with wrestling? It took wrestling for them to connect. I love it.
Well, can I just say, I find it's funny that you didn't like Mortal Kombat because I feel like wrestling is terrible fight scenes with bad dialogue.
Yes. Yes.
But I think there's better storytelling and better acting.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
There you go.
All right, and then this is in theaters too. The Sheep Detectives. What do you think?
This is actually kind of the cute, fun movie. Yeah, cute in the sense that I don't know if kids are going to be able to handle a murder mystery, but at least older kids and adults will find the humor in this. So it's a movie where Hugh Jackman plays this shepherd out in the English countryside. He raises all these sheep, and at night he reads them murder mystery books, and the sheep are really into it. And then when Hugh Jackman turns up murdered, the sheep decide they have to solve the case.
Okay.
Yeah, and listen, it's got a lot of just cute, funny things as the sheep are trying to maneuver around. They're trying to collect clues. They're trying to rely on everything they learned from the murder mystery books to figure out who did it. So they're falling into all the murder mystery tropes, and and they're just funny because they're out of place. You don't expect the sheep to be able to solve a murder, and you've got some great voice actors in here. Julia Louis-Dreyfus doing the voice of the lead sheep, the one who's kind of the lead investigator. You got Bryan Cranston as the sheep who's kind of stressed because he used to be in a carnival, and those come back to him every once in a while, and then Patrick Stewart as one of the elder sheep. I think it's cool. I mean, I'm at 3 waffles.
Wow.
I mean, when it's focused in on the sheep, it's great. Not so much with the humans. The humans are just kind of just not very well developed and kind of stiff. But the sheep are funny.
All right, and then MIA Peacock series MIA. I got about 45 seconds.
Okay, so this is kind of an average show. I mean, it's I'm giving it 2 waffles. It's this young lady living in the Florida Keys. She wants to, instead of going to college, being part of her family's family business, which is like chartering boats around the Keys and taking people out to fish and stuff. But it turns out they're really drug runners, and everything goes bad. Her entire family is murdered, and now she wants revenge.
Bum, bum, bum. And you're giving it 2 waffles.
Yeah, 2 waffles. It's not as intense as something like Man on Fire, which is fantastic and a very similar story.
Maybe next week we can talk about the what I see is like the end of our a transition for broadcast television, where networks are investing in their apps and all of a sudden you can see the show on your local channel, but you can get it on the app sometimes before you're going to see it on the local channel. So maybe something we can do next week. Willie?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Interesting stuff. Have a great week. We'll talk next week.
All right. See you next week.
All right. Thanks so much.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
Ready for your next adventure? Discover a whole new world beneath the surface with Seize the Day Scuba. Seize the Day Scuba makes it easy to become a certified scuba diver, even if you've never tried it before. Their experienced instructors guide you step by step with fun, safe, and professional training designed for beginners. Call Seize the Day Scuba in Yorkville today at 315-794-7787 or go to seizethedayscuba.net and start your scuba.
WIBX Utica Road, W295
From the WB Tain Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
He calls Iran's attacks just a trifle. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. So President Trump says the ceasefire remains in effect despite a flare-up in fighting as they try to work out an end to the conflict.
They have to understand, if it doesn't get signed, they're going to have a lot of pain. They're going to have a lot of pain. They want to sign it, I will tell you. They want to sign it a lot more than I do.
But Fox's Lucas Tomlinson reports from Dubai.
We end the week where it began with U.S. warships under attack in the Strait of Hormuz. But now, for the first time since the ceasefire began last month, the U.S. launched a counterattack ashore. Here's President Trump describing the action.
They were firing at us and we were firing back at them.
For now, the blockade remains. More than 1,500 ships remain stuck.
There is a report on Iran state media today that they've seized an oil tanker. Oil prices are down a little bit. At the gas pump, a big spike in the last 2 weeks, but today a 1 cent decline. Tennessee is the latest red state to approve congressional redistricting to help Republicans win more House seats in the November elections.
Ahead of the vote, protesters chanted in the House, and a state senator got up on a desk holding a sign that said "No Jim Crow 2.0, stop the Tennessee steal." Democratic lawmakers gave impassioned speeches about how the redistricting map would box out black voters.
That's Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. Democrats have countered with redistricting in other states. A guilty plea in court in Colorado on a firebombing attack last June in Boulder on a group of people out demonstrating in support of the Israeli hostages held by Hamas in Gaza. One woman was killed, a dozen others injured. Mohammed Solomon faces life in prison. And there's a similar story out of California.
Luai El-Naji pleading guilty to involuntary manslaughter and battery in the 2023 death of 69-year-old Paul Kessler. Prosecutors in Ventura County say the 53-year-old former college professor was protesting the Israel-Hamas war in support of Palestinians when he hit Kessler, a Jewish counter-protester, with a megaphone. Kessler fell back and hit his head on the pavement. He later died at a hospital.
That's Fox's Kristen Goodwin. America's listening to Fox News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-809-7171. That's 800-809-7171.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250, micro, to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
There is another court ruling against more Trump tariffs, the ones imposed by the president right after the Supreme Court revoked his first round of tariffs as unconstitutional in February. The Court for International Trade calls the next round based on a different statute illegal also. But the new ruling affects only the plaintiffs, leaving in place the tariffs for others. This as the president threatens even more.
President Trump says the European Parliament has until July 4th to sign off on a trade agreement announced last year or face stiffer tariffs. In a social media post, the president says he delivered that deadline to European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen in a phone call Thursday. Last year, President Trump and von der Leyen announced a framework deal to cap tariffs on European imports at 15% and eliminate tariffs on most U.S. goods shipped to Europe. The president also met with Brazil's president at the White House Thursday. President Trump says the two leaders discussed trade and tariffs. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
We'll get a key update to the economy next hour. The April jobs report. News.
Investors and economists will be looking to see whether the labor market is still holding up following the first full month of the Iranian conflict and surging oil prices. Economists are forecasting that payrolls increased by 62,000 last month, which is barely one-third of March's much stronger 178,000 tally.
Fox's Hillary Barsky. The unemployment rate expected to remain 4.3%. Ahead of the report, stock futures are rising the day after selling. In the NBA playoffs, the top seeds win again. Detroit beat Cleveland 107-97, giving the Pistons a 2-0 series lead. The Oklahoma City Thunder went up 2-0 on the LA Lakers with a 125-107 win.
We got to be the aggressor. I feel like they were playing with more force, attacking harder.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on Amazon Prime Video. The defending champs remain unbeaten in the playoffs. On the ice, Carolina stayed undefeated in the NHL playoffs, beating Philadelphia 4-1, taking a 3-0 series lead. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
We have some sunshine and 40 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM, news time 7:05. This news update is brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service. Visit clintontractor.net. State police say, speed was a factor in a work zone crash along the state thruway. Troopers say that 63-year-old Catherine Swain was driving a tractor trailer on the highway in Marcy yesterday when she ignored signs and ended up in that work zone before striking a concrete barrier and a pickup truck. Both she and the person in the pickup truck suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Swain was ticketed and is due in court at a later date. Governor Kathy Hochul says a deal has been reached on a brand new state budget. Others disagree. The governor unveiling a $268 billion spending plan yesterday, which is $8 billion more than her original proposal. Fellow Democrats called her announcement premature, saying no agreement has been struck. That's due to several spending and policy issues that still need to be worked out. No word yet on when a budget vote could take place. An Albany couple behind bars accused of a disturbing crime. The Albany County DA's office says that 43-year-old Joseph Crespo and his 44-year-old girlfriend Evita Torres allegedly abused Torres' 10-year-old son. It's alleged the boy was kidnapped, kept locked in a room, and beaten with broomsticks at a home on 2nd Avenue. Torres is accused of strangling the child as well. Both she and Crespo are facing multiple charges. And several storage units were broken into with items stolen at 2 move-in storage facilities in Rome. Rome police say it happened in late May and earlier this month on Park Drive and Bateau Place. Anyone with information on the cases is asked to contact Rome police. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is coming up on 7:08. Your forecast is brought to you by Ashcroft and Oak. Show her you see her. The late nights, early mornings, all the little things. She sees it. This Mother's Day. Show her that you see her. Ashcroft and Oak.
Some wet weather scattered around, but intervals of dry weather in between the next couple of days. I don't see any washout. Passing showers this morning, mostly cloudy, with some sunshine, then some sunshine and clouds this afternoon with a passing shower at 55. Tonight cleared, chilly into the upper 30s. That's going to put the Adirondacks low to mid 30s. Showers around tomorrow near 60. Scattered showers likely early on Mother's Day. And then mostly sunny, 62. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Some sunshine, 41 degrees at 7:08. From the IBEW 43 local sports desk, NFL schedules due to be released next week, either Wednesday or Thursday. This year's slate will feature a record 9 games outside of the United States. That includes Australia, Brazil, France, England, Germany, Mexico, and Spain. The top NBA teams in both conferences picked up wins last night. The Pistons got 25 from Cade Cunningham as they beat the Cavaliers 107-97. They're up 2-0 in the series. Oklahoma City also up 2-0 after they beat LA last night 125-107. The 76ers trail the Knicks 2-0. They will host the Knicks tonight. The Knicks may be without OG Anunoby. Also, the Spurs and T-Wolves tied at 1 apiece. They'll play in Minnesota. I mentioned OG. He's considered day-to-day and walking gingerly after being diagnosed with a right hamstring strain. The Knicks lead that series 2-0. They'll play in Philly tonight and then again on Sunday. Hockey playoffs, the Hurricanes 1 win away from going back to the Eastern Conference Final. The Canes collected a win over the Flyers in Game 3 last night. They're up 3-0 in that series. Second round action continues tonight with the Sabres looking to take a 2-0 lead in their series against the Canadiens. Also, the Ducks and the Golden Knights, I believe, are tied at 1 game apiece. Let's see, baseball yesterday, the Mets lose. Was that the rubber match? No, they took the first 2.
2-1.
They lose 6-2 in Colorado. Kimbrel charged with the loss.
A controversial grand slam home run in the 8th inning. Bottom of the 8th inning, the ball went into the stands in right field, and it very much looked foul. In fact, where it landed was way foul. And this is, you can put your umpire shoes on, your umpire glasses, maybe. And when they did a crew chief review, and it was inconclusive, and it was ruled a grand slam. Now, the bases were loaded anyway. Chances are they were going to score, but not 4 runs. And who knows? There were 2 outs. They might have gotten out of it.
Interesting. I'm looking it up now. I did not see that. I was aware that they had hit a grand slam in the 8th, but I didn't actually see it. The Yankees beat the Rangers. What was the final here? 9-2. Trent Grisham had a 3-run double, was 3 for 5. The Yankees have won 6 of 7. They visit the Brewers to start a 3-game series in Milwaukee tonight.
Mike brings up a good point. The Premier League, British soccer, does not play outside the country. Why in heaven's name does the NFL have to travel all over the world? They aren't making enough money? For God's sakes, what's going on?
Listen, it's all about money, and I have to tell you, I'm kind of frustrated also with the NBA. First of all, the NFL already does this with the Prime games. You got to have this app. You got to have this feature. NBA games are now on Prime, and it's difficult to get them. They were on TNT or TBS before, ESPN. Sometimes they are on NBC, but it's like it's just another reach into your pocket to be a fan.
Yeah, I agree. Anything else?
No, it's frustrating.
Okay.
And you're right. This Grand Slam definitely looked like it certainly landed foul. I don't know where it exited the field.
The problem is that is it's a bad foul pole because of the seats overhanging, and it looks like it goes over the foul pole. But the problem you have there is if you're standing at home plate and you're looking at that, I mean, that looks like that's a foul ball. Let me see here. and when they try to get close, it's close, right?
It's boy, that angle doesn't look close.
Right. You look at another angle.
That looks like a foul ball.
I know. Called and they could not overturn it, a grand slam, and the Mets end up losing. So, quick break coming up. Frank Policelli is fuming. There is a person who's been a member of this community for over 25 years who is now sitting in an ICE detention center, construction person, hired people, worked with many, and even worked in the town of New Hartford. Frank is saying he has gotten a bad rap here. And we'll get into it. Steve Houck also had some comments on it, defending the investigators. And I think Policelli wants to do a little back and forth there as well. We'll get into this whole thing coming up. Also, Hobica's free money question of the day is worth $250. We'll do it at 7:35 at WIBX.
Something old is new in the village of New Hartford. Introducing Handshake Antiques, now open at 66 Genesee Street, next to Giorgio's Village Cafe. Not your grandma's antique shop. Think clean, curated, and cool. From high-end furniture, vintage fashion, vinyl records, to oddities and all things eclectic. And we're always buying, so look in your attic or basement. And if it's old, call Handshake Antiques. Plus, inventory changes weekly, so every visit is a new find. Handshake Antiques, where it never went out of style.
The Memorial Day sale is on at Mattress Express, upstate New York's largest specialty bedding retailer. Remember, no one has all the brands under one roof, and we're giving away prepaid gas cards with select king and queen sets up to $1,000. Hurry!
Our locally owned and operated small businesses are the heartbeat of our community. The WIBX industry aces stand out as leaders in their fields, like Scharf Plumbing and Drain. The Scharf family has been providing plumbing and drain services to the Mohawk Valley for over a century, offering many services, including sewer repair, repiping, water heater repair, and replacement, and more. They're more than plumbers. They're a family dedicated to getting the job done. Support one of these fantastic industry aces today.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
It all began in 1985 with a single goal, a commitment to brighten our community. And with your kindness, that light grew brighter. Because for 40 years, you've helped Food Bank of Central New York deliver healthy food and hope. But that need continues to grow. So this year, please consider giving a little extra and make sure the light we shine together never goes out.
At Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, we are dedicated to helping you understand your benefits and how to use them. It's one of the reasons why, for the third straight year, we have been named #1 in customer satisfaction among Medicare Advantage plans in New York and #1 for ease of doing business by J.D. Power. We were named most trusted, too. We remain committed to giving you high-quality coverage and the best possible Medicare experience. Learn more at medicare.excellusbcbs.com. For J.D. Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-869-2045 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-869-2045. That's 800-869-2045. What do you have to lose? Call 800-869-2045. Again, 800-869-2045.
How was your break? It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code READY for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code READY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's READY.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Hey, it's your radio buddy Jimmy Fallon, host of Fox Across America. We're talking politics, pop culture, and comedy, minus all the rage and finger-pointing. It's real talk for real people who just want to laugh, think, maybe learn something along the way. So join the fun weekdays at noon right here on WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, Central New York's home for talk that's smart, honest, and just the right amount of crazy. Fox Across America with your main man, Jimmy Fallon.
Hey, River Hills Properties continues to be investing in upstate New York and beyond, including Sarasota, Naples, Marco Island. A full team of real estate agents ready to help you in Florida. River Hills Properties has offices here in Barneveld, in Little Falls, Newport, and Rome, and, of course, in Florida, the Gulf Coast of sunny Florida. So if you're sick of the winters, maybe part-time here, part-time there, they can work that out, whatever the deal may be, for you at River Hills Properties. The lockbox, they never use it. Your listing agent is there every time the house is shown. 315-896-1009. Nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
And portions of the program brought to you by the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. It is the area's premier osteopathic medical clinic. And Dr. Cheryl Mattern is new at the Falcon Clinic and is accepting new patients now. She's saying she can get patients in within a week or so. And the other part is you don't get an appointment for 3 o'clock and wait around until 5 to get in. They don't overbook, so your appointment is when your appointment is. And they also give each patient the deserved time so that they're able to examine the patient and not rush you in and rush you out. The doctor actually sees you. Dr. Cheryl Mattern, Dr. Kosminski, Dr. Zielinski, Dr. Shemaleski, all under one roof at the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. 315-507-4751 is the number. In studio right now is Steve Hauk. Steve, of course, law enforcement in the world of training right now, and defense attorney Frank Policelli. Need I say more? Right? Frank is a well-known defense attorney. Now, former Town of New Hartford employee Edgar Lopez Duran, a 46-year-old from Utica, was arraigned on April 24th in Oneida County Court after being indicted by a grand jury. Lopez Duran was indicted on one count of grand larceny, saying that also that he falsified business records in the first degree. He's being accused of stealing over $3,000 from June through September of 2025 by falsifying timesheets. He was arraigned in front of Robert Bauer and is scheduled to reappear in Oneida County on May 15th. However, he is in ICE detention because he is a Mexican immigrant who's been here for quite some time. Did I get all of that right, Frank? And tight on that microphone if you could, please.
Yes. Hopefully we could get him back here so he could appear in court on May 15th.
Okay. And that might not happen.
Well, here's where we're at with that, okay? He has an immigration lawyer out of Buffalo, Ann Dobler, who's been doing this for 30 years, and she's excellent. When she found out that he was picked up, and what's today, Friday? So maybe it was like Monday. This all started. It's been a long week. We go to the Second Circuit in New York City and get a stay of his deportation because his case is currently in the Second Circuit, which is obviously, I don't know if anybody, just for your listeners, the Second Circuit Court of Appeals in New York City is like the second highest court in the country outside of the United States Supreme Court. So he's not in imminent return because we got to stay, but he's being held in detention in Batavia, which is a detention center where he's 3 hours away. My understanding, I learned a lot about immigration law in the last week and a half from Annie, is that because that's a civil confinement, he's charged criminally here, but he was released on his own recognizance. What I want to do, what we talked about,
and when he was released here, he was picked up by ICE.
No, he wasn't picked up immediately. It was like maybe 10 days after his indictment.
Okay,
we got all our discovery in the case, and so he's picked up by ICE. But what happens is this: if we could request from the court to revoke his recognizance and hold him in the county jail because it's a criminal case, ICE would have to transport him here because the facilities where he's at right now, he's a diabetic that doesn't get his medication. They interrogate him because under ICE the Constitution doesn't apply, so they interrogate him, wanting him to what's called self-deport. And so they just basically make life miserable for you there.
And he's been here.
He's been here for 26 years.
26 years. Did he steal the money? Did he?
No, hell no.
Okay.
Well, no.
He's a defense lawyer.
No, I'm not just a defense lawyer. Here's my discovery. You want to take a look at it?
Look, right. I'm not qualified to argue the case for you, but I've never heard you walk into court and go, Frank, did he do it? Yeah, no, he definitely did it. But you're a defense lawyer. Why would you say, yeah, he did it?
We're oversimplifying what a defense lawyer does, okay?
Fair enough.
You picked a fight.
If the guy is truly guilty, we make plea bargains, okay?
Sure.
So what I need to do in this particular
Why did you ask that
case-
question? What did you think he was going to say?
Why did you jump on it? Well, it was not as much of a question as it was a lead. I knew where he was going.
Gotcha.
Listen.
Yes.
Steve will tell you this. I've been doing this for 50 years. I've had thousands of cases. This is one of the weakest cases I've ever seen, okay? And what they did here, they conducted an investigation. Okay. They issue a search warrant for his person, to search his person for a yellow pad that he kept his time on, and a phone, a cell phone. Be careful about searching cell phones because it could be overly broad. Does that remind you of Caitlin Conley's case at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So what they do is they seize him, they take him into custody, and they question him. Not to question him about any of his criminal activity, but to get him to be a confidential informant against Paul Michione. Because if you're an illegal immigrant and you become a confidential informant, they don't deport you. When they were interrogating him and telling him in the interrogation.
So you worked for the town of New Hartford when Michonne was
town supervisor.
Was the supervisor.
As a matter of fact, when he got hired, this is the document where they passed the resolution. All the councilmen, Massa, Latini, Reynolds, and Tehan, all said, we will hire this person as the building maintenance worker. He will work 35 hours a week, full-time, benefits, which, by the way, he never got. Will write his hours down for work that is done. Never saying he has to work from 8 to 4, okay, like everybody claims that it was. No. They knew he was a contractor. They knew he had workers for him. They knew he did this. So he takes this job here full-time to do work. I don't know if any of you guys ever worked construction, but you can't build a house by yourself, okay?
Correct.
You need help. So he had his workers go with him on these job sites in the town hall. Everybody knew what he was doing. This goes on for over a year. Nobody ever complains. The supervisor could have fired him if he thought he was doing something wrong. The timesheets that they talk about falsifying were manufactured after he was interrogated. They were never contemporaneously made. And he would just orally give them to the bookkeeper and say, this is the hours I worked. They say, well, you got paid when you were on vacation in Hawaii. You put down your timesheets. Well, guess what? We got text messages from the bookkeeper who says, could you stop by tomorrow morning and re-sign your timesheets for me, please? I didn't realize that yours wasn't set up to update things automatically. So it looks like you worked 35 hours and took 35 hours off on last week. Well, he was on vacation last week, okay? So the investigators, seasoned investigators, are questioning him, telling him, you got a 4.5-hour video that I watched. We know that you didn't think you were doing anything wrong, but we want you to say that, this guy, Paul Michione, is the one that told you to do it. They wanted to go against Paul Michione. He knows nothing. You need to prove in a criminal case intent. They're telling him, we know you didn't have any intent to do anything wrong. But they never present this video to the grand jury.
Okay. And then you had said, I would love to talk to Steve Houck about this because you were on another program talking about it. I just don't know how does Steve come into this? Because I called Steve and, hey, you want to come in tomorrow?
Well,
and he's here.
I've known him. He knows it. I heard what he was saying, but I just wanted, but he doesn't know the facts of this case. So he's saying, the investigators did this, that. But I just wanted Steve to be aware that the investigators were not questioning Edgar to get a confession from him. They were working on him so he would cooperate with them to get somebody else.
And what is it believed? What were they trying to get on Michonne?
That's a good. Well, I don't want to mention any names at this point, but I've got what I believe evidence of the person who started this investigation, who talked to the people, who said, who gave information. Now, mind you, and this is why I like Steve being here, because he'll corroborate the fact an investigator is only as good as the people that give him information. They could go and try to corroborate it. So when they're told he's not working and he should be there, so we'll follow him. So they get a GPS on his phone, on his car, to see where he's going. They see where his phone is going. There was no big secret. Everybody knew that he wasn't there all the time because his workers were doing the job. So they get information.
But if it's a contract with him and he's a contractor.
It's not a contract. He was an employee.
Okay, he was an employee.
Were his workers employees?
They were his employees.
So as long as the work gets done, does it matter?
Well, that's my argument.
Yeah, okay.
And it's not, I mean, New Hartford was getting free labor. His workers were on his workers' compensation. He supervised them. He did the work. In other words, I got photographs of his work, what he was doing.
And they're saying that for $3,000 of what he was paid, he wasn't working, but the work was getting done?
Not only that, he never got comp time. He never got vacation time. He never got compensated for his mileage. They owe him money.
Okay.
And so I'm welcoming, let me digress back over here. You asked about why they wanted Michonne, because this one person was telling them that he suspects the town supervisor somehow benefits financially because he is a real estate agent and has friends who are real estate agents, and the lower assessments on property make the properties easier to market. Councilman also told us the assessment for the Sangertown Mall has gone from $112 million to $10.6 million over the years, and says the town supervisor was involved in these assessments and negotiated an agreement with the tenants that they would return $100,000 to the town. However, he's never seen this money. Hotel charges, handyman, says that the town supervisor hired an employee, Edgar. He didn't hire him.
The board did.
The board did. And this person who's making these statements was on the board that approved the hiring.
Okay. Tight on that mic if you could. Can I?
All right. Is that better?
Good. Yes.
So I hope everybody heard what I was saying.
How does Steve get brought into this? I hate to. How would you bring Steve in? Because he's just kind of sitting here. You don't really know.
Best interview I ever gave.
You didn't work on this case, right?
No, okay. I don't know anything about it. One of the things about it that I found interesting, and this is one of the things I expressed actually when I spoke with Paul, is sometimes, it doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes in cases, criminal cases, the police do get put in the middle. You see this sometimes in domestic cases. So you have exes that are, maybe they have a child and, both want custody, and next thing you know, the police are getting called to get put in the middle of these. Same thing. How many times do we see during election season where somebody's signs get stolen and the first call is the police, they stole my signs, and it turns into, it was a conspiracy, right? So the police do get put in the middle of these things sometimes, but we don't get to choose which cases we investigate. If there's a legitimate chain that looks like, hey, something could have happened here, we've got to investigate. Sometimes during those investigations, you come across things that are criminal in nature, not necessarily related directly to what you're talking about. Now, I know zero about this case other than, the things that Frank has talked about and Paul has talked about.
You're just giving hypotheticals.
Yeah, I can tell you that, and I heard some of what Frank said, and essentially the DA's office and the investigators there. I don't know specifically who worked on this case, but I know all of the investigators that worked there, and I've known Todd Carville for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I hold him in the highest regard as far as his ethics and morals. So I don't believe for a second that the office itself would be a party to some political prosecution. However, that doesn't mean that things weren't told to them that maybe weren't true. I think that's where the process comes into play.
Okay.
And that's just it. So I spoke to Todd Carville yesterday. He really, because the person who had this case from his office just retired, I don't think he's familiar with all of the facts. So I tried to inform him of that, and basically said, he says, well, ICE said they're going to deport him anyway. I says, well, don't believe ICE because they lie a lot. I says, we got to stay from the Second Circuit. Call the immigration lawyer. She'll tell you all about this. I says, what you can do, we could agree to violate his ROR, get him in the county jail. Let's have a trial.
Yeah.
Let's have due process, because you get no due process through ICE. The other person that's involved in this case that's helping out a lot is Congressman Mannion, because I didn't know this either, that Congress, there's a special statute that if you fill out certain papers, can contact ICE. Who do you contact with ICE?
Right.
Who's the person in ICE that you talk to? Holman? Is he the
Tom
head guy?
Holman? I
Tom
think
Holman?
so.
He is.
So maybe Mannion could talk to him. Congressman Mannion could talk to him. All we want to do is bring him back here, because if he's found innocent, then the chances of him being deported are less, because he's in the same situation as he's been for the last 26 years,
Is he,
where he deports every month to immigration.
But so he's legal? He's legally here?
He has his work permit, his work papers.
Okay.
He's still trying to get his citizenship, and he goes to Syracuse every month. And he's been doing that for years.
To do what? For those who don't
Renew
know.
the work.
To renew his work application.
Essentially check in? And,
yeah, he checks in.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, here's a guy, he came here when he was 20 years old. He's married. He has 3 children. 2 of them are in college. They're all born here. They're all United States citizens. His 8-year-old child is having surgery today. And he's being in the detention center in Batavia.
Yeah. All right. So what do you think? You had a conversation with the DA yesterday. Do you think that Todd is going to make a move on this?
I got to talk to him today and see if he spoke
Okay.
to. I talked to the immigration lawyer yesterday. She was at a function down in South Carolina. So I told her, I gave her Todd's number. I says, he's trying to call you. You call him back and talk to him and see if we could get him here.
So, and the story you're painting about the town board in New Hartford is not a great story.
Not a great story for them.
Correct.
Yeah.
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 It's all alleged. You're alleging this.
Yeah. Well,
here's something I'm stuck on. How much were they paying him? Do we know that?
$28 an hour.
They were paying him $28 an hour, and he was taking that money to pay a crew of guys? That's where I'm confused. You say like he had a team working for him.
He had his own business.
Right.
So he had jobs. So when he got assigned a job to do as part of his work with the town of New Hartford, he would go do it. I mean, if you ever laid a floor, you can't do it by yourself. You
Sure.
need helpers, okay? So he would get his workers to help him. He would pay them.
But what I'm getting at is it sounds like he would be...
He was losing money.
In the negative, yeah.
Yeah, of course, yes.
Yeah, if I'm paying 3 guys to help me lay a floor...
You don't understand.
And the New Hartford's only paying $28 an hour.
What contractors often do, I mean, what I've seen is you're working 3 jobs, then you have this contract that he had taken on. He's over here, and he sends 2 guys. Yeah, the owner of the contract, the contractor is not probably going to be in his head, oh, I'm going to be paying them this or that. They're probably employees are working for him every day,
right.
And it's the multiple jobs but on this particular job, if it were isolated, it would look like he'd be losing money, but that's kind of not how it works.
New Hartford got free labor, okay?
Yeah.
They got him and they got his workers, and they knew this was going on for over a year. Nobody ever complained. They knew where he was when they tailed him. He texted the town not the town supervisor. His boss was Rick Sherman, the highway superintendent. Knew where he was at all times. Gave him his credit card to buy supplies. Never stole a dime. He's the salt of the earth. He's a simple guy who's just a hardworking man.
Who's been caught up in this whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be used to get somebody else for political reasons, which is just unfair.
All right. You want to comment on this?
So Frank, is your concern that he, prior to this coming to fruition in court, whatever the outlet is, that he'll be deported prior to that? Or do you think that the stay will be in effect until these proceedings are done, whatever they are?
The stay will be into effect until the Second Circuit renders a decision on the case that's pending in front of them as to whether he should be deported at all.
So in theory, he could be deported prior to this ever going to court.
It's possible. However, my understanding from what the immigration lawyer tells me is that when somebody has a felony criminal charge pending, ICE generally waits until that case is disposed of before they deport, because if he's found guilty, there's no question he gets deported. But if he's found not guilty, that bodes in his benefit as far as the issue of deportation that's pending in the Second Circuit.
All right. You'll keep us. Anything else you want people to know?
No, I mean, I got.
We could go on for hours. I understand. All right. Anything you want to add?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, let's see where this goes. You'll let us know if he comes back.
I will.
And you may find out today, as a matter of fact.
I'll try to see if.
Tie down that. Sorry, Frank. These mics are just.
I'll try to find out. Hopefully, Todd's talked to the immigration lawyer, and we could work something out to bring him back here.
Okay.
Because we've got court a week from today, and if he's in Batavia, he's not going to be brought back here.
Yeah. Okay.
One more. Did the town know that of his immigration status? I only ask because often, again, we hear somebody's been arrested and they're going to be deported. If they're arrested for a crime, it's usually not working for a municipality. You know what I mean? That's another thing that strikes me as odd. Were they aware of his status for whatever?
They knew
that's
everything about him. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You're probably right. Yeah. Like it is odd to see a municipality hiring someone who's.
Everything was very transparent here.
Yeah.
They knew everything.
Well, you have all the documents to show that. So
I got everything.
And also, it'd be great to get Michonne on. I would love to know.
He'd be more than happy to come on.
I didn't realize what was going on between Michonne and the board. I had no idea.
I spoke to him last night. I told him I was coming on here today. I asked him if he wanted to come on. He said he'd be more than happy to come on.
All right, we'll do that next week then. So, all right, guys, thank you.
Okay.
Good to see you, buddy.
Thank you.
You too, man.
Thank you as always. All right, let's
You're
do.
welcome.
Bika's another attorney. Free money question of the
I want to
day.
hear this one. See if I get this one.
You might. You just sit right there. Maybe you'll be the caller. I think you will get this one.
Hold on, Steve. I want to talk to you.
315. Davey, what caller do you want? 5. Fifth caller right now. 315-736-0186.
He's just happy to be here.
It's worth $250.
I had the one yesterday. It was the easiest.
You did have that one. I thought yesterday's was Nebraska.
Wasn't it the Bible?
I forget what the question was yesterday. I do these 5 times a week. I can't keep track.
The most read book of all time.
The most read book of all time. That to me was a giveaway. The Bible.
One,
tight on that mic if you're gonna go ahead.
Oh, I'm still.
Yeah, we're still on the air.
The thing I was concerned about. One time he asked the question about who the president was in World War II, and somebody said Dwight Eisenhower.
He was busy during that time.
He was the commander.
Couldn't have been president at that point. All right, we're doing caller 5. It's worth $250. We'll do it next to WIBX.
Central New York homeowners have been trusting NGEM's Flooring America since 1917. Discover the beauty of 12 Oaks waterproof luxury vinyl flooring. Choose from a wide range of stunning colors and styles that look just like real hardwood. Why settle for whatever a big box store has in stock? We can often have your 12 Oaks floor ready in as little as 1 day. Plus, qualified buyers can enjoy 12 months with no interest financing. NGEM's Flooring America. Local flooring experts for over 100 years.
Get a smile for every season at Rosansky Family Dentistry. For crowns to veneers, we'll keep you smiling all year long. We're also excited to welcome Dr. Kataria to our team. With her arrival, we now offer Friday appointments from 8 a.m. to noon, giving you more flexibility for the care you need. Call us today at 315-732-1981 to schedule your visit. That's Rosansky Family Dentistry, 1 Paris Road in New Hartford. Find us on Facebook or online at uticasmiles.com.
Memorial Day sale is on at Mattress Express. Get up to a $1,000 prepaid gas card on select new King and Queen mattress sets. Take up to 5 years to pay with no money down for qualified buyers. A $500 gas card on massage chairs. Go to mattressexpressny.com.
For 250 years, the spirit of American independence has endured. And now the United States Mint honors that legacy with what may be the most patriotic and symbolic Washington Quarter ever issued. The 1776-2026 Revolutionary War Quarter celebrates 250 years of American freedom. A freedom that would not exist without the leadership of the Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army, George Washington. The tenacity and spirit of the Continental Army is carried in this quarter, and now you can hold that history in your hands. But hurry, pre-sale slots are limited. This 1 year only design, dual-dated 1776-2026 Revolutionary War Quarter is 250 years in the making. With only a fraction of a percent of coins in this condition, this is a true rarity. Call 800-978-4470 to secure this groundbreaking dual-date Washington quarter before they sell out. That's 800-978-4470. 800-978-4470.
The Utica Mayor's Benefit Gala lighting the way is Saturday, May 30th at 6 p.m. at the Delta benefiting Abraham House. A guaranteed evening of amazing food, drinks, and entertainment by Showtime, Last Left, Just Joe, Nick Bontempo, and more. Tickets can be purchased at uticamayorsbenefitgala.com. It's an evening filled with community connection and purpose, all while supporting compassionate end-of-life care for those who need it most. It's a big party for all. We hope to see you on May 30th at the Utica Mayor's Benefit Gala.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-869-2045 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-869-2045. That's 800-869-2045. What do you have to lose? Call 800-869-2045. Again, 800-869-2045.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQBar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQBar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Now you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping when you text RADIO to 64,000. Text RADIO to 64,000 to get your 20% off. That's RADIO to 64,000.
Hi, Billy Mays here with the brand new Keeler kill switch. When that morning show starts yapping about something you can't stand, don't reach for the dial. Just press this big red button and BAM!
This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, every day this time we try to give away Hobica's money. And this morning is no different. The Hobica Law Firm, Joseph and Andrew Hobica, for all of your legal needs. Call 315-724-1600. And Eric in Deerfield is ready to take a shot. And in studio is attorney Frank Policelli, who wants to see if he knows this one also. Okay, Eric, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, Bill. Fine. How are you?
Good. All right. Let's do this. You know the deal. You have 7 seconds to answer the question. And here is your question. The first Boy Scout to take the oath did so in what New York town? Ready, go.
Schenectady.
Was the first Boy Scout in Schenectady? No. Frank Policelli?
I have no idea.
You don't know the answer to this one. Do you know that the first, and actually, you know how it's troop number whatever?
Yeah.
Troop number 1 in the American Boy Scouts is in Unadilla, New York.
Oh, Unadilla?
It is and in fact, there is a Boy Scout museum. You did know that.
You didn't ask me, though.
You would have known, right? Because you're in that world. Okay. It's easy to say that. Easy to say that, Frank. Okay, or Mike, sorry. All right. We'll give you an oil change. I got an oil change for you. It is a $99 value. And It comes from Jackson Auto Outlet and Taylor's Trailers. They offer automobiles, ATVs, trailers all in one place. 7113 East Dominic Street in Rome. Call 315-335-3888. Davey will give you the details, but it's worth $100. So not bad, Eric. Thank you, man.
Okay, thanks, Bill.
All right, stand by. Davey, he is yours. And Manaski with a couple of comments here. And we'll go to Mike after that.
Okay, so John in Deerfield says, excellent point, Jeff. If the guy was making $28 an hour, he was either not paying his employees a legal wage or he was losing a lot of money or there was fraud somewhere else. Big Honey says, this case is a joke. The guy sounds guilty as a son of a gun. Has anyone checked out his tax returns? You want to react to either one of those?
Well, neither one of those people would ever be on my jury.
That's true, you would say.
To be so prejudiced and closed-minded without knowing anything, that people like that,
aren't going to end up on the jury.
Not on my jury.
Ann says, I guess that means if the millions that came here illegally hide long enough, they can stay. No excuse for breaking the law, no matter how long you're here. So
did he come illegally? No.
He came in illegally.
Okay, he did come illegally.
He's been there for 26 years. He's been reporting. He's been working. Nobody's ever said anything.
Well, the problem is that they come in and we hire them. And in this case, a municipality
and he works and he pays his taxes. So the other guy that was talking about his tax returns, they have been reviewed. So he doesn't know what he's talking about when he talks like that. Obviously, he's very prejudiced. And what did Ann say that he did something wrong? He didn't do anything wrong. Where did she get that from?
Well, she's saying he came in illegally.
I'm not going to read that comment. He says, "Get that illegal out of here." So I guess I just.
This is what I'm saying. These are the kind of people that you have to screen out. That's unfortunate that we have those kinds of people. Like I was telling earlier, you're going to get 25-30% of the people that are going to be prejudiced, closed-minded, and stupid and mean. It's the 70% that we have to realize are good people that make up the majority of people in this country and in this county. That's why we want a fair trial. When you have a fair trial and you get jurors, people like this that are calling in will never sit on a jury because they're so stupid and mean. But you get a fair jury and you get a fair trial. That's what due process is all about.
I was going to say there really wouldn't be a market for this if Americans were not hiring them to build a garage.
Correct. This is the thing that bothers me the most.
Replace the roof.
We are hiring these people, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Well,
get them out!
Yeah,
get them out!
By the way, I'm done. I don't need them anymore. So get them out of here." I just think that's
why would I
terrible.
pay $12,000 for a new roof when I can pay $5,000? Right, and then they at the same time go, "We'll get them out of here. They shouldn't be here." Well, you're the one putting them to work. They're working for you.
I mean, people like that, they have a problem.
Okay, and then I got one for you, though. I got a doozy for you. Frank's comment is incorrect. Eisenhower was not the commander-in-chief until much later. He was the Supreme Allied Commander.
Okay.
Commander-in-chief would be the president. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I knew you misspoke there.
Okay.
So you knew that.
Okay.
All right. Good?
I'm good.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay.
I appreciate it. Frank Policelli. And in studio right now is Mike Gentile, a Republican candidate for the 119th Assembly seat. This is a crowded race, but we're at the primary level right now.
Yes.
So you have two candidates. Mike, how you doing, and how is the campaign going?
Very good. Now that we had that uplifting discussion this morning, we can shift over. Things are going well.
Yeah.
Signatures went very well. Good reception. People are excited. People are rallying around my campaign. I couldn't really ask for much more of that. A lot of the people that I respect within this community, leadership in this community, have come into support for my campaign. So I'm just moving forward. I'm hitting doors. I'm meeting people, going to a lot of events. And it's interesting. When I campaign, when I said I'm running for assembly, my life doesn't change that much. I go to events that I've been going to year after year and stuff like that. And I see a few new faces at the events because other people are running for things. And that's good. I mean, we have to get our start somewhere. But it's nice to, I'm not going in as a new face. I'm going in as somebody that's been there before. And I think that's a really big difference between my campaign and some of the others.
So tell me, what this is an interesting race on the Republican side, only because it seems to be there is a bit of a civil war within the county Republican Party, and you're on one side of that. Your opponent is on the other.
Yeah, I'm not on either side in the sense of I'm not getting into that because there's people out there that could care less about the committee stuff. And I'm talking about, the values and the things that I can bring to the table to get elected. I'm not getting into the weeds of that and everything. I'm extremely grateful to have the support of the county executive. I'm extremely grateful to have the support of the Women's 100,000 Club, who has been around for years and have helped countless Republicans get elected in this area and have really moved the needle on what's going on. Jeff Lanigan's been a big supporter of mine as well out in Rome, which is a big deal. So I'm looking at the people that have been around, and I'm looking at the residents that I'm hitting doors on that don't care about the Civil War. They just want to know that they have somebody that can be in Albany and be effective. And I think that's me.
And what will you fight for? I mean, this district, by the way, this assembly district has been a very important assembly district. Rowan DeStito, Anthony Brindisi, obviously Marianne Buttonshaw, but it has been important because it's been a part of a lot of the growth that we have seen in the last 15 to 20 years.
Right, and I'm confident that that's going to continue under me. I had a lot of conversations about that, and I talked to a lot of people, and we're seeing, 2 Republican mayors being successful, getting resources back and stuff like that. I don't buy into you need a Democrat to be effective. You need somebody that has common sense and is going to talk to people and have real communication, and that's what's going to be effective.
Can I get your thoughts? Let's assume what Frank said in here was true.
That everybody's stupid, or no, 30% are stupid and 70% are okay.
If somebody's in this community for 25 years, may have entered the country illegally, but is documented, I think that's considered documented
reporting.
if he's reporting and checking in every month in Syracuse, and employed as the what did he call it? The handyman, the contractor, the whatever for the town of New Hartford. Should someone like that, if he did not commit another crime, should he be deported?
What I'll say kind of as a blanket statement, and I don't know enough of that information, but the biggest thing is we need consistency and we need to take away the chaos, right? So we need to know through every situation. I think one of the biggest things we need to do is we really need to ramp up the amount of judges that are able to look at cases like this. We need to get rid of the chaos so that people understand the system and it's consistent through everybody. A lot of times when you hear these things, you hear about good people that are, functioning in our society and giving back to our society. We need to be able to have that due process, and we need to be able to be less chaotic in what's happening.
This is also the story about the allegation that Frank has made today is a story about bad government. That's his. I'm not saying that's true, right, but it is a story that he tells that the town of New Hartford wasn't acting in a reputable way, that they used someone to try to get someone else, and ultimately this guy is the victim of it. It just so happens they hired someone who came to the country illegally, and he was hired by a municipality. So that's really what it's about. I mean, it's not the way our government should work. Local, and all the way up.
I mean, we certainly, government should never prey on individuals to advance their agenda either.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing. But I really think we need to, have consistency and everything. And, I don't want illegal immigration, but I also have a compassionate side that wants to make sure that people are able to function.
All right.
Ann says, my grandmother filled out paperwork every year. Nice mouth for a lawyer. I have a right to my opinion, you jerk. Yeah, Ann, I agree. You absolutely have a right to your opinion.
And he was calling everyone else stupid, not you.
Oh, did he say, stupid? I get it.
Yeah.
So, and then Stevens says, did New Hartford hire him or his company to do the work?
Yes.
If what Frank is saying is correct.
Well, he has paperwork to show that it was voted on.
Then yes, they did.
Yeah.
Also, I remember reading this story in the morning news going back, 3 weeks ago, and it was that he was an employee of the Village of New Hartford. That was even in the police write-up.
Yeah. It is very interesting how quickly we will hire someone because we're going to get a lower price, and then afterwards it's like...
Well, also, we want people to work.
That's exactly right.
There's a huge labor shortage.
There is.
And you need people to
And you're waiting
fill
on
this
contract. You're
workforce,
waiting
right?
on a contractor.
Absolutely.
All right. I have 50 seconds. Quickly, why should people vote for you?
People should vote for me because I've been there. I've been a part of this community. I've done a lot of things. I have worked in various areas, education, nonprofit, government. I have the most experience and I can work with people to get things done in Albany.
All right. And you're a big fan of Little League as well.
I'm a big fan of Little League. I just texted both of you event coming up next weekend.
Okay.
We're doing Little League games at Murnane Field. We're converting it down to a Little League size
That's really
field,
cool.
and it's going to be pretty cool. We're getting
All
a
right.
bunch of teams out there, so very fun.
Mike Gentile running for the 119th as a Republican in the primary. Good luck.
Yes, thank you.
Early voting will be starting in just a few weeks.
Around the corner.
News is next.
From the WB Payne Insurance Studio, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
They better sign the agreement fast. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's President Trump's message to Iran as he pushes for a nuclear deal to end the conflict, and he downplays a flare-up in fighting.
If there's no ceasefire, you're not going to have to know. You're just going to have to look at one big glow coming out of Iran.
Fox's Peter Ducey's at the White House.
These were unprovoked attacks from Iran using small boats, missiles, and drones against 3 U.S. destroyers who President Trump says took care of business.
We took our 3 destroyers and we rammed them through some pretty big stuff today. They were firing at us and we were firing back at them. And our firepower was a hell of a lot stronger than theirs, and they knocked the hell out of them.
We also got reaction last night from President Trump to another ruling against his tariffs.
We had 2 radical left judges that voted against it. So nothing surprises me with the courts.
The Court for International Trade called illegal the next round of tariffs he imposed under a different statute after the Supreme Court struck down his first round of tariffs as unconstitutional back in February. But yesterday's ruling only affects the plaintiffs who sued, not the others who were imposed the tariffs upon. Another Republican-led state approves congressional redistricting that could give the GOP another House seat in the November elections.
Protesters began chanting.
House Bill 7003, having received the constitutional majority, I hereby declare it passed without objection. The motion to reconsider is tabled.
The Republican majority in the General Assembly passed a new map that splits up Memphis among 3 Republican-leaning districts. Black lawmakers spoke out ahead of the vote.
That's Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. Other red states have also redrawn maps or plan to help Republicans. Democrats have countered with redistricting in California, Virginia, maybe New York next. The cruise ship stricken by a hantavirus outbreak that's killed 3 passengers, sickened 5 others, and has the rest quarantined will dock tomorrow in the Canary Islands. The World Health Organization downplays the risk, saying hantavirus is not like COVID. There's no pandemic threat. America's listening to Fox News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-809-7171. That's 800-809-7171.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250, micro, to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
Guilty pleas in 2 deaths in 2 states, both related to Gaza protests. First, the one in Boulder, Colorado.
Mohammed Solomon pleading guilty to state charges, including murder, telling the court.
I would like to add my voice with the district attorney and impose the maximum penalty.
He was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. Solomon, an Egyptian national, throwing Molotov cocktails at people demonstrating to raise awareness about Israeli hostages in Gaza last June, killing an 82-year-old woman and injuring at least 12 others and a dog.
I will never forget the immense heat from the flames of the Molotov cocktail on my back.
Corey Gartner, one of several victims to read impact statements. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
Now, the guilty plea in Ventura County, California, is to involuntary manslaughter in the death of a Jewish counter-protester during a pro-Palestinian demonstration in 2023. Loai El-Naji hit the victim with a megaphone. Paul Kessler fell and hit his head and later died. But El-Naji only faces up to 1 year in jail at sentencing next month. We'll get the monthly jobs report later this hour, expected to show a big slowdown on hiring in April.
The unemployment rate is anticipated to hold steady at 4.3%. For perspective, that's less than 1 percentage point above the April 2023 reading of 3.4%, which marked the lowest rate in 54 years.
That's Fox's Hillary Barsky. That report could affect the stock market. For now, Dow futures up more than 100 points the day after selling. In the NBA playoffs, the top seeds won again, including the defending champions. Oklahoma City remains unbeaten in the postseason.
The Thunder took a 2-0 lead on the Lakers with their second straight 18-point win, 125-107. The Detroit Pistons won their 5th game in a row Thursday. Beat the Cavaliers in Detroit 107-97.
That's Fox's Jared Max. Carolina also undefeated in the NHL playoffs after a round 1 sweep. The Hurricanes beat the Flyers 4-1 to go up 3-0 in that series. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
We have some sunshine and 42 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 8:05. This news update is brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service. Visit clintontractor.net. State police say speed was a factor in a work zone crash along the state thruway in Marcy on Thursday. Troopers say that 63-year-old Catherine Swain was driving a tractor trailer on the highway in Marcy when she ignored signs and ended up in the work zone before striking a concrete barrier and pickup truck. Both she and a person in the pickup truck suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Swain was ticketed and is due back in court at a later date. Governor Kathy Hochul says a deal on a new budget in New York has been reached. State lawmakers say, no, it hasn't. The governor unveiling a $268 billion spending plan yesterday, which is $8 billion more than her original plan. Fellow Democrats called her announcement premature and said no agreement has been reached. That's due to several spending and policy issues that still need to be worked out. No word yet on when a budget vote could take place. An Albany couple facing some disgusting charges. The Albany County DA's office alleges that 43-year-old Joseph Crespo and his 44-year-old girlfriend Evita Torres abused Torres' 10-year-old son. It's alleged the boy was kidnapped, kept locked in a room, and then beaten with broomsticks. Torres is also accused of strangling the child. Both she and Crespo face several charges. Items stole from storage units that were broken into at 2 move-in storage facilities in the city of Rome. The locations on Park Drive and Bateau Place. Police say their investigation is ongoing. Anyone with information on those cases is asked to contact the Rome Police Department. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 8:07. Here is your Weather Center forecast.
Some wet weather scattered around, but intervals of dry weather in between the next couple of days. I don't see any washout. Passing showers this morning, mostly cloudy, with some sunshine, then some sunshine and clouds this afternoon with a passing shower 55. Tonight, clear and chilly into the upper 30s. That's going to put the Adirondacks low to mid-30s. Showers around tomorrow near 60. Scattered showers likely early on Mother's Day. And then mostly sunny 62. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stitchick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Sunshine, 43 degrees at 8:08. All right, from the IBEW 43 local sports desk. Let's see. The Knicks will be in Philadelphia tonight to take on the 76ers. They look to grab a 3-0 series lead. They may be without OG Anunoby, though. He's listed as day-to-day with a right hamstring strain. The 28-year-old listed as questionable for Game 3 tonight in Philadelphia. Philly will also host Game 4 coming up on Sunday. NBA action last night. The Pistons beat Cade Cunningham and the Cavs 107-97. They're now up 2-0 in the best-of-7 series. And the Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Lakers 125-107. They are also up 2-0 in the best-of-7 series. The NBA Draft Lottery set to take place on Sunday. The lottery will determine the order of selection for the first 14 picks of the NBA Draft. Hockey playoffs. The Hurricanes 1 win away from going back to the East Finals. The Canes collected a win over the Flyers in Game 3 last night. They lead the series 3-0. Carolina hopes to book its second straight trip to the East Final when they face the Flyers in Game 4 on Saturday. Second round action continues tonight. The Sabres look to take a 2-0 series lead when they host the Canadiens. Also, the Ducks and Golden Knights will play Game 3. Baseball action. The Mets drop the finale in Colorado against the Rockies. 6-2 the final, a controversial grand slam. Craig Kimbrell takes the loss. The Mets had won 3 straight. They now head to Arizona to open up a series against the Diamondbacks. And the Yankees crushed the Rangers 9-2 in their rubber match in the Bronx yesterday. Trent Grisham, a 3-run double. Yankees now head to Milwaukee for a weekend series against the Brewers.
All right, there you go. And you'll be umping today.
Yes.
You've got a busy weekend of, for those who don't know, Manaski is a baseball umpire.
Yes, and I would encourage other people to do it as well. There is a need for it. So if you like baseball and you think you can call the game, I think you should do it.
And I'm happy last night, they announced that Watkins Glen is going to be part of the chase next year for the NASCAR Cup in 2027.
Okay, that's big news, especially this year has been a very big disappointment.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's this weekend.
Yep.
And going to be cold, and I mean, you can't trust May or April around here.
Yeah. As a person who's going with me says, we'll play it. Maybe when I was talking to him about going, I said, we're going to Watkins Glen. He said, well, if there's a snowstorm, I'm not going to be walking around. I'll sit in my car and watch the game, to watch the NASCAR race. But the big news is last night they announced 2027. It's going to be one of the 10 races on the chase for the NASCAR championship.
Right. Which means it'll be in the fall then, right?
September.
It'll be at the end of the NASCAR season.
Which is much better weather to deal with. Florida, a couple stories. Are you ready? A Florida woman who thought an intruder was trying to break into her home was investigating, and the ruckus that was going on. It was noise. Things were being knocked over. She's like, what is going on? She gets in. You remember she's from Florida. It was not 2 people breaking into her home. It was 2 alligators fighting. She found them in the enclosed porch that her kids play in. Can you imagine that? Here is the homeowner talking about the entire encounter. What actually happened?
I thought somebody was breaking in because I never thought that the gators were going to enter my porch. Definitely it looked like they were fighting over territory or something. It wasn't like a mating ritual that I had seen because there was blood and it had its hindquarters like in its jaws through the door. It was scary, and I just warned everybody else in the neighborhood, like, watch your kids, watch the dogs, because it was fast. And they were powerful.
I'm not sure a screen in room is going to protect you from the alligators.
Right. I mean, their teeth will...
Yeah, I have a feeling. Yeah, and then one more. This is, I don't know if you've been watching this hantavirus, and there was a map on the news last night showing the arrows on where all of these people have. Some of them have already left the boat before they knew there was an outbreak of sorts. So all over the lower part of the United States. But all over the world. It's like spread all over the world. Now, it brings back... Now, they're telling you, the World Health Organization says this is not COVID. No, COVID, the death rate was like 1%. This is 35% death rate. But they don't think it's going to spread. However, it certainly did spread on this boat. So much so that people are frantic. A woman has gone viral on TikTok asking people to stay quarantined on the hantavirus cruise ship. Remember what used to happen during COVID? You'd find out that somebody was supposed to be quarantined and they're like out at a party and everybody ends up getting sick or not, however the story went. This is kind of where she's going, and she is fuming over it, that there are people who were at least exposed on that ship that are not quarantining.
Quarantine for how long? 8 weeks?
I think
that's a little.
No, I think they're requiring it that you isolate for 8 weeks. Or maybe you came in contact 2 weeks ago. So now you're down to 6 weeks. Here is the woman, and you'll see why she's gone viral. Here she is.
So the people on the boat with the hantavirus and they want to get off. Well, I ain't trying to be heartless and cruel, but no, y'all can't get off. Stay out there. Listen, let them control it while y'all out there in the water. Go out on the balcony, do whatever y'all need to do. We don't need no more over here spreading and taking us out. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not trying to be insensitive. I understand y'all got families, y'all got kids y'all want to get to, but what y'all want to do? Come home and infect them?
There you go. That is telling it like it is. There are protests, Virgin Islands, whatever, wherever they're going, there are protests. Politicians are saying, no, you cannot let these people off here. There are protests. Wherever these people go, there are protests saying, we don't want them here. I don't care if they live here. We don't want them here.
Do you think that woman would quarantine on a boat for 8 weeks?
She would not.
I don't think she would.
No. But she is expecting everybody else to.
Yeah, so I don't.
I think you're probably right.
Ann says, if this country didn't make it easy to not work and live off the system, there would be a big drop in unemployment. Okay, so why are we mad at the people who do want to work?
Good question. 8:15. You want another one?
Just one more real quick. John in Clinton says it's Tuck. What's the guy's first name? John in Clinton. Buffalo Sabres assistant captain Alex Tuck is a Syracuse native. As a matter of fact, Steve Houck mentioned off the air that he grew up in Baldwinsville, but he is playing with those playoff Buffalo Sabres. And Lance and Lee, my take on the immigrants. One, if he was an employee, he should have done the work. As a former government worker, see, Lance, I told you that you've referred to yourself as a government worker before. And then you say, well, I never said that. I don't know what you're talking about. As a former government worker, I couldn't pay one of my friends to do my job, just like Bill's wife couldn't send Bill to teach her students. Thank God.
Actually, I've done it several times.
Number two, he was here 25 years. Why not get naturalized in all that time? Seems he was avoiding that for some reason. Yeah, I don't understand the going to Syracuse to report.
For work privileges. So
wouldn't that be solved if he was naturalized? He wouldn't have to do that anymore.
I agree. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Frank did say, whether he told me this yesterday or today, that he it's broken English, very broken English. So it made it difficult. The other thing is that he's a contractor. They hired a contractor, but labeled him as an employee. So everyone knew how he was going to do this. He was going to have some of his employees do work with him, but they saved a lot of money by just hiring one person. I don't necessarily think the way this was set up is his fault in terms of the employment issue. Now, and they all, according to Frank, they all knew what was going on until there was an issue, and then he got caught up in it.
John in Deerfield says,
that's if what Frank says is true.
No offense, Frank, but we just, there's always...
He knows. It's alleged, and he's making an allegation.
John in Deerfield, I would agree the town of New Hartford was acting in bad faith by hiring an illegal immigrant. Documented or not, a private company would be hammered if the government found out they hired illegal immigrants. There should be real consequences for the town of New Hartford.
That's why they're paid in cash under the table, so nobody sees it. I think that happens more often than we would know.
Oh boy, this is an interesting story. But if what Frank is saying is true, yeah, there's something's not right here.
Well, it smells, that's for sure. If what he says is true. Quick break. 8:17 WIBX.
Hurt in a car? Call William Attar. 315-444-4444.
Start your savings at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Now through May 31st, get up to $180 back on a Bridgestone prepaid MasterCard. Get $80 back when you buy a set of 4 eligible Bridgestone tires. Get an additional $100 when you make an eligible tire purchase with your CFNA credit card. Don't wait. These offers end May 31st. Visit Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, or online at tallmanstire.com.
Memorial Day sale is on at Mattress Express. Get up to a $1,000 prepaid gas card on select new King and Queen mattress sets. Take up to 5 years to pay with no money down for qualified buyers. A $500 gas card on massage chairs. Go to mattressexpressny.com.
You've snorkeled. You've explored the water. Maybe you've even tried diving, but you're not certified. It's time to change that with Seize the Day Scuba. Becoming a certified scuba diver is easier than you think. Let the experts at Seize the Day Scuba guide you through the process with hands-on training that turns your experience into real certification. Get certified today. Call Seize the Day Scuba in Yorkville at 315-794-7787 or online at seizethedayscuba.net. Seize the Day Scuba. Your adventure starts below the surface.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-939-2525. That's 800-939-2525. 800-939-2525.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-923-6829 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-923-6829. That's 800-923-6829. What do you have to lose? Call 800-923-6829. Again, 800-923-6829.
Start your mornings with sharp insight and straight talk from me, Brian Kilmeade. Weekdays right after Keeler in the morning. Don't miss the Brian Kilmeade Show, breaking down the biggest stories in politics, business, and culture with the voices shaping the headlines. From Washington power players to everyday Americans, we ask the questions you want answered. Miss it during the week? Catch the weekend edition Saturday morning at 7. The Brian Kilmeade Show right after Keeler on WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Hey, if you want to make your home look amazing and feel amazing about where the money is going, then you need to check out the Made in America sale happening right now at New York Sash, where everything is 25% off. They're passionate about quality and supporting American jobs. All the products they install, including windows, baths, and doors, are 100% American made. And right now, everything is 25% off. That includes their top quality New York Sash brand windows. Easy to clean, beautiful acrylic bathroom systems, stylish secure entry doors, all American made and 25% off. So don't wait. Get your free estimate today for 25% off during the Made in America sale. Call New York Sash at 315-624-7344. That's 315-624-7344, or visit their showroom on Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro or online at newyorksash.com. Manaski, did you have, I want to just, a couple things on this hantavirus thing, but did you have a couple of quick comments?
One more from Lance. So Bill is saying that he went in to teach without his wife being present.
I'm joking.
It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a joke, right?
I was. Yes, I haven't. Have I read to her students before? Yes.
You're not qualified to teach children.
I am not.
I'm not qualified.
But, some people think they're qualified for everything.
Yes.
Lance thinks I'm one of those people. Maybe I am. Right now at Steve Ponte Mazda, you can save on new Mazda lease, or enjoy 0.9% APR financing on the new 2026 Mazda CX-50. It's a really nice-looking vehicle. 1.9% on CX-50 hybrids, 0.9% on the new 2026 Mazda CX-70 and CX-90, and 0% on their plug-in models, like the one that I have, the CX-90. See the dealership for details. Let's make your deal, Rick says, where it's always easy to do business. Steve Ponte Mazda, Commercial Drive in Yorkville. All right, on this hantavirus, which we just want to get into a little bit. This is, of course, on the cruise ship. It has a terrifying death rate. The mortality rate is 40%. Here's what experts are saying about this virus. And actually, one person I saw said, just hope you're not traveling anytime soon. Well, a lot of people are planning trips for the summer. A little worried about this? Here's what they say.
As things deteriorated and more people got sick, I ended up just taking over and trying to keep everybody going. Fortunately, nobody else has got sick in the last 6 to 7 days.
All right, so this is the doctor who was on the ship and on the cruise, and the other doctor died. The doctor on the cruise died. So he was the doctor, and he's like, all right, well, I guess I'll step in. And he took over and cared for people. Pretty brave thing to do. And a woman, we already did the woman and her viral rant on hantavirus. But, I had heard 35% mortality rate. It says here 40%, but either way, that is shocking when you think about it, when COVID was 1%, right? All right, we have in studio, you're Josh. Hello, Josh. And then Selma is here as well. Hello, Selma.
Hi, good morning.
All right, so the Walk for Autism, and we've heard from Stefan about this.
Yes.
He's very big on this and wants us to support it. The Walk for Autism is going to be taking place next Saturday, not this weekend, at SUNY Poly, 9 a.m. until noon. What does this event do?
That's right. So the Walk for Autism is one of our biggest fundraising events. So we have families, teams coming together, individuals from the community. This year, our lead sponsor is Adirondack Bank. We've got a bunch of raffles, 50-50. We'll have a magician, the fun zone, so families and individuals can visit. It's going to be a beautiful day, and we're really hoping for some sunshine.
I love what is done over at the Kalberman Center and in the residence that Stefan lives in.
Yeah, the Link. Yep.
The Link.
Yep.
That seems like a really great concept, because it's everybody all living under one roof, basically.
You're absolutely right. And one of the really great things about this year's Walk for Autism is our USA group, so Utica Self Advocates, they'll actually be there. And we do have some amazing individuals who are from the Link. They'll be selling carnations to raise some money for some conferences.
Nice.
All throughout the year. So they'll be there as well. We love our friends at the Link. So yes, you can catch them at the Walk too.
Tell us about Josh here.
Yes, so Josh, he is our Kelberman influencer. Josh has been with Kelberman for many years. He started with our Promise Preschool program, and now he is our influencer. Josh, you want to tell him a little bit about yourself?
Yes. Morning, Mr.
Hello.
Bill Keeler. My name is Josh Avila. I'm also known as Josh the Common Influencer.
I like that.
I've been at Kelberman since 2018. I've been around for nearly 8 years, and it is the best thing that happened to me. It was the greatest experience. I come to Pre-Vogue every day, every Monday to Thursday, because it's very good to keep it occupied and like volunteer sites and hanging good, like working with work friends, the communication skills. Every week we come to the Link, we do a lot of life lessons about work safety, fire safety, and all of work lessons we do, like when to do and not to do on the job site, or not to do. It's very most important. You got to keep occupied to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we probably all could be learning a little how to act on the job site.
That's right, Bill.
I've been looking around this building. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
You're not wrong about it.
You're absolutely right. So.
He'll be walking around doing some interviews. This year we also have Bryce Katfer. So he's a local student, a young man. He'll also be doing some reporting, so asking questions, why people love the walk, what keeps them coming back each year, and what Bryce and Josh are going to do is put an article together. So we're going to be putting that out. Yeah, so we're really, really excited.
Why should people love the Kelberman Center?
Oh, yes. People should love the Kelberman Center because it's learning about autism acceptance, like being part of the community, and also learn to love and support each other for one another and make the most of it, and also be yourself, and also have a great time, and also et cetera, stuff like that.
And connect people, right?
And connect people. Thank you, Miss Summer. Connect to one another and just learn the basics.
That's awesome. We can all learn from that.
Yes, we can.
You got it.
Yeah. All right. It is. How do people sign up?
So they can visit our website, so www.kelberman.org, and go to our events page. So when you visit our events page, you'll see the Walk for Autism being promoted. You can click right on it, register a team, register yourself, your employer, whoever you want. And guess what? If you don't register, we still want you to show up at the walk. We welcome everybody. And like Bill said, it will be May 16th at SUNY Poly from 9 a.m. to noon.
All right, good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you both very much.
And Josh, thank you. Appreciate
You're
it.
very welcome, Mr. Keeler.
All right.
Thank you.
Maybe have you back sometime.
Thank you.
All right.
God bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's next Saturday, so check it out. Quick break. Coming right back at WIBX.
The Memorial Day sale is on at Mattress Express, upstate New York's largest specialty bedding retailer. Remember, no one has all the brands under one roof, and we're giving away prepaid gas cards with select king and queen sets up to $1,000. Hurry!
At 200,000 members strong, AmeriQ Credit Union wants to create a meaningful connection that makes you feel like you belong. Open an account today at AmeriQ.org.
28 years ago, Lori Potasowicz had a dream. With a natural love for pets, she wanted to become an expert groomer. So she set out to become the area's only nationally certified master groomer and launched her business, one paw at a time. With grooming expertise and a lot of loving care, Lori and her talented team began caring for pets one paw at a time. Cuts, shampoos, and styling, one paw at a time. Teeth and nails with no detail overlooked from head to toe, one paw at a time. Getting to know each and every dog and cat by name, the One Paw at a Time family grew, and Lori had a decision to make. Keep expanding? She followed her heart and decided to keep the One Paw family atmosphere just the way it is, so she can keep taking care of the pets she knows and loves, one paw at a time. Lori and her team want to thank the families they serve for putting their trust in them to care for their four-legged family members, one paw at a time. 320 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro near Woods Road. One Paw appreciates your understanding for their current waiting list for new customers.
How was your break? It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code READY for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code READY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's READY.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
All right, we have sunshine, 43 degrees. That Josh guy is awesome.
Yes.
President Trump says the ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran is still on after the two countries traded fire on Thursday. U.S. Central Command says it conducted a self-defense strike against Iranian targets after Iran fired at U.S. destroyers in the Strait of Hormuz. Trump downplayed the exchange and claimed the ceasefire between Iran and the United States is still in effect. A new proposal from the Trump administration would allow people to ship handguns through the mail. Congress banned the Postal Service from mailing small firearms back in 1927. The Department of Justice says the 100-year-old law violates the Second Amendment. Opponents of the proposal say it would turn the U.S. mail into a gun trafficking pipeline. If I'm not mistaken, you can ship weapons. You just got to be like FedEx or UPS.
I believe so.
Cleanup and recovery efforts underway after a dozen tornadoes ripped through Mississippi. The United Cajun Navy and the American Red Cross have deployed and search and rescue crews finding a man's body on Wednesday in a densely wooded area, and that his wounds are consistent with those suffered from a bear encounter. I combined two stories there. The American Red Cross deploying volunteers to the region to help victims find shelter, food, and essential supplies. Meanwhile, authorities in Montana say they found the body of a hiker in Glacier National Park who appears to have been attacked by a bear. He was discovered in a densely wooded area and wounds consistent with those suffered in a bear attack. The Trump administration will reportedly start releasing its UFO files today. Republican Congressman Tim Burkett telling the New York Post he learned of the release during a meeting at the White House. He says he's a member of the House Oversight Committee and has been publicly urging Trump to release the files. I wonder if all the important stuff will be redacted like the Epstein files. Singer Bonnie Tyler is in the hospital for emergency surgery. A statement on Facebook says the platinum-selling artist was rushed to a hospital near her home in southern Portugal on Wednesday for emergency intestinal surgery. The statement says the surgery went well, and she's now recuperating.
I was going to do a total eclipse of the heart joke, but it's not appropriate.
Here's your Weather Center forecast.
Sorry about that. Here we go.
Some wet weather scattered around, but intervals of dry weather in between the next couple of days. I don't see any washout. Passing showers this morning, mostly cloudy, with some sunshine, then some sunshine and clouds this afternoon with a passing shower 55. Tonight, clear and chilly into the upper 30s. That's going to put the Adirondacks low to mid 30s. Showers around tomorrow near 60, scattered showers likely early on Mother's Day. And then mostly sunny 62. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stitchick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, some sunshine and 43 degrees.
Oops, sorry. Mother's Day weekend, and do you have things planned and all that for Mom?
No, I'm scrambling.
Davey, I warned you guys on Monday this was going to be happening. You're going to wait till the last minute.
I got my mom.
All the diamond rings are going to be gone.
I already got my mom's stuff ready, but I got to get stuff for Alexa. Unfortunately, she's not coming back until Tuesday.
Well, it gives you some extra time.
Gives me a couple extra days.
Yeah, that's really good.
Get those Monday morning sales, man. All that Mother's Day stuff will be 50 or 75% off.
Alexa is his significant other, and she's also a mom, right?
Yes.
So you're going to...
A beautiful little boy, a beautiful boy named Gianni.
Okay. Gianni?
Gianni.
Okay. All right, very nice. And it said that's the thing. It's if you're married or what the situation is, you're dealing with a Mother's Day gift for if you have kids for your significant other and your mom, and that's my situation this weekend. So I like to give them the gift of cooking me breakfast, or because I normally cook breakfast. So maybe I pass that on to my wife and say, my gift to you is, there it is
365 days a year.
So I'll put it.
I do see it that way. She does not. I don't know why. Go ahead.
I'll put it in a nutshell real quick. I was supposed to go to North Carolina.
Oh, so we're going to talk about it. Okay.
So
you can talk about whatever you want, buddy. I don't know if we should do this.
So I was supposed to go to North Carolina for a few days.
Okay.
And she probably would have asked me for her Mother's Day gift there.
I see.
I was going to say, I forgot it. But then she will say, well, there's a whole bunch of stores out here, so why don't you just run to the store?
Yeah, go to one of the nice stores.
And give it to her. So with her being gone for a few days, I have time to
Go to the dollar store.
No.
No.
To spruce it up a little bit.
Spruce it up. So you're going to do something really nice.
So.
What are you thinking about?
No, not going to tell.
Oh, you're not going to tell us.
Nope.
I mean, I hate how you drag us along here and you bring us right to the edge of the diving board, and you're like, "Hey, get in. The water's cold," and you walk away from us.
I like how Smitty shut that down.
Nope. Not
The water's already cold. Jump in on the other side.
Yeah. Okay. Quick break, and coming up, he's a local author. Who wants to talk about his new book and new books that are out, and one that may very well be turning into a motion picture. We'll get to it coming up.
Start your savings at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Now through May 31st, get up to $180 back on a Bridgestone prepaid MasterCard. Get $80 back when you buy a set of 4 eligible Bridgestone tires. Get an additional $100 when you make an eligible tire purchase with your CFNA credit card. Don't wait. These offers end May 31st. Visit Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, or online at tallmanstire.com.
Hurt in a car, call William Attar, 315-444-4444.
Veterans, you and your family know all too well the many hardships that challenge your mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. The Good News Foundation invites you to a free fellowship group of veterans. This get-together is run by retired Army Chief Warrant Officer 4 Richard Smith, the author of Camouflage Christian. Check out Veterans for Worship the third Wednesday of the month from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Good News Foundation, sharing faith, offering hope, and serving others.
The Potting Shed Antiques in Whitesboro is buying silver, gold, gold-filled, vintage costume, estate jewelry, and U.S. and Canadian coins. They've been your hometown buyer for over 50 years. While other gold and silver buyers claim to offer the highest prices, the Potting Shed Antiques actually delivers. Let Don Hartman take a look at your individual pieces or your entire collection. The Potting Shed Antiques, open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Please call ahead for an appointment. Visit thepottingshedantiques.com.
Hey, the Good Feet store is in New Hartford, and you could be dealing with discomfort and pain, knees, hips, back, could very well be coming from the way you walk, feet issues. The Good Feet store, they know that foot pain impedes everyday life. It's a constant battle that affects you physically, mentally, and emotionally. Pain can just be such a real emotional and mental problem. When you feel like this will never go away. Enter the Good Feet store. You walk in, there's no appointment needed. You get a free, no obligation, personalized, free fitting. A personalized fitting and test walk. No appointment is needed. It's all made in the USA, and we have many people who have come on the program and said, it, including myself, it really is a game changer. It really does alleviate the pain. And in some cases, Steve Spurbeck on the program said it was a local guy and said it changed his life. Enter the Good Feet store, 4630 Commercial Drive in New Hartford. You can walk in without an appointment, but call 315-999-3910 for the Good Feet store.
Hello, everyone in Central New York. This is Dave Letterman, your old TV pal. Remember me? I'm supposed to say something witty and funny here about Bill Keeler, but I've got nothing. Ever see a picture of this guy? That's a joke in itself. Anyhow, here's Keeler on WIBX.
Hey, Davey, I got Mike saying maybe. Well, I've got Lance saying, who are you kidding? You're going to a garage sale to get your gift.
Lance.
That's Lance saying. Mike saying maybe he's taking a trip to visit Victoria's Secret.
Lance, no comments, Smitty? Okay. Lance also said, as a town employee, they are responsible for paying his health benefits, his retirement, Social Security, and other related costs.
According to Frank, he never got that.
I'm sure the retirement system doesn't allow for subcontractors.
No, it would
This
not.
sounds shady and almost like a no-show job. He should have just worked as a contractor instead of an employee.
Yeah, there's something odd about the whole thing that I think is bigger than this entire story. It just seems to be a little weird. Yeah. I can't imagine. I can see Joe Blow doing a hire like that, but a municipality, that's odd to me. Okay, in studio right now is Peter Coulter. He's a local author from the Utica area and has some new books, as well as one that might be making it into a movie. Peter, good morning.
Thank you for having me on, Bill.
You've this is, I think, your second time with us.
Total, it's like my
could be even more than
sixth
that.
time with you, but in this studio, it's my second time.
So let's talk about the books. What do you have?
The Endless Fall, which was my debut, which you have a signed copy of.
Yep.
Actually, you have the original copy because people were asking me stuff about it, like what happens to this character and this and that. So I had to write another 2 chapters to kind of sort of satisfy everybody that was asking me for it.
Well, that's a good problem to have.
It was. It was kind of like nerve-wracking at first because I kept hearing it, and I'm like, I don't know if I really want to put more work into this one because I had already moved on to another book.
Sure.
But I did anyways, so a special edition came out. Barnes & Noble picked it up. Barnes & Noble in Liverpool picked it up.
Nice.
And DeWitt picked it up. So it's been spreading around. And then I released another one called Abused, and that one's about a teenage schizophrenic. And then I released another one called Home, which is about 2 Amish girls that get kidnapped at a carnival. And my newest one, which comes out June 10th, which also is a Barnes & Noble exclusive. It got picked up by Barnes & Noble. That is called This Is How It Will End, and it is a end-of-the-world story told through 4 different perspectives in different parts of the world.
Oh, that's interesting.
Is it a spoiler if we say what the event is that ends it?
It's not really a spoiler. It's more or less revelation-based, the book of the Bible.
Okay.
So it has a lot of that kind of stuff in it.
Okay.
Which one
that's cool.
is potentially making its way into theaters?
The Endless Fall.
Okay,
Yes,
that's cool.
My debut novel. It got picked up by a studio, a pretty predominant studio, and right now we're in producing and financing. We've landed one producer and a director.
Wow.
So it is steamrolling its way.
Yeah, that's got to be pretty exciting.
It is. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
It's a lot of meetings, a lot of table reads, a lot of talking to different people. And once you start getting in that area, a lot of people want to throw their hat into it or their hand in the cookie jar, as you say. So you can start off with one producer really being interested, and then you have 4, and each one of them are kind of competing against each other in a way. And me, I'm just like, if it's going to help somebody, that's really all I wanted to do with these books anyways, was bring somebody away from the edge of suicide. That's really why I wrote it.
Yeah, and is there a personal reason for that?
I've suffered through depression for my entire life. I was diagnosed when I was 12 with bipolar and manic depression. So I'd been on medications for a long time. I was born deaf. I had operations to gain my hearing. I've had, struggles, and I was always very deeply rooted in depression, and I thought my kids would be better without me around. And it got to a point to where I was just like, I can't take this anymore. And I tried to commit suicide, honestly, and I felt that a change in my heart. I felt that Jesus changed my heart, and he gave me a purpose, and this was it.
How many kids do you have?
I have 4.
4 kids.
Yes.
And it's I've seen, I think everybody has a little something going on, probably.
Yeah, of course.
But severe mental illness, depression, schizophrenia, any of that is incredibly sad because the medicine doesn't always take care of that, and oftentimes it can have a side effect.
Right. I mean, I've been on all different kinds of medications for it. Zoloft, Wellbutrin. I finally landed on Depakote ER, which is what I take now. And it doesn't really take away the sharp edge of it, but it dulls it a little bit.
So another medicine, it seems, is being able to write.
Yeah.
And write about it.
It became that way.
Yeah.
First, I was a screenwriter, so I wrote 40 pages of it or so into a screenplay, and then I started thinking, like, I don't have an agent. I don't have somebody that can get this anywhere, so I should probably start writing it to a novel.
Yeah.
And then I did. I released it. It became what it's become now, and I actually landed an agent from Warner Brothers. So I was very lucky to get where I got so quickly.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, how can people get the book? It seems like you have a pretty good relationship with Barnes & Noble.
Yeah, you can pick it up in Barnes & Noble, New Hartford, Liverpool, Barnes & Noble starting May 15th. Same thing with DeWitt, Barnes & Noble starting May 15th. You can also find it at Book Arts and More. It's a local bookshop in New Hartford, Amazon, or Barnes & Noble.
Okay, all right. Great stuff. We do appreciate it, Peter. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And look, who knows where you'll be next, and don't forget the little people.
I definitely won't. I have a lot of people to thank.
Because we're pretty little here. So.
I am too.
All right, thank you. Quick break. We'll wrap it up here. Head into Mother's Day weekend coming up at WIBX.
The Memorial Day sale is on at Mattress Express, upstate New York's largest specialty bedding retailer. Remember, no one has all the brands under one roof, and we're giving away prepaid gas cards with select king and queen sets up to $1,000. Hurry!
There's never been a better time to buy the commercial mower that has your back, Ferris. For a limited time, your Ferris dealer, Clinton Tractor, has the best financing offers of the year. Choose the offer that works best for you, 36 or 60 months. There are even options to skip payments when work is slow. It's never been easier to buy a Ferris. So visit Clinton Tractor today on Meadow Street in Clinton. Ferris, experience suspension, all loans subject to credit approval.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
How was your break? It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So, even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code READY for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code READY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's READY.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Can I be lectured? You have a few minutes here. Why don't you lecture me? No, I'm just kidding.
Would you like me to lecture you?
No,
Is that
no.
some sort of a...
referring to something else. Okay, Rocky.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Please call Paul Michonne or any of the town board members. I'm sure they could answer many of the questions regarding the accused person's employment. Well,
Michonne is going to be on next week, and it would be interesting to get to the bottom of it. I do know that it is quite interesting as we hear Frank's take on this. And Frank's belief is based on what he says is evidence, is that this guy, immigrant or no immigrant, has been wronged and is in a very bad place and got caught up in the middle of all of this. So, but I think even a bigger story, if what he says is true, what was going on over there at the town board in New Hartford? If that's true, again. That's why we want to get the people on from the town board to be able to talk about it.
All right. Tell Lance is really being mean today. Okay. He did say, though, about when Bill is at Pacenti's for dinner and a movie tonight, see if he can ask if the county has anyone they've hired that can have other people work for them. I'm sure they don't. My issue is with the town even allowing this in the first place.
I'll ask him today at his State of the County, which will be at noon from the Turning Stone Resort Casino.
No sleepover tonight?
I don't think so. Probably not.
Yeah. A little silly there, Lance.
Yeah. Here is Lance. This person claims to be Lance in Lee.
Is that
claiming
right?
to be Lance.
Oh, I know who it is.
Is it really? Hello, Lance. Good morning. This will be our first time talking to you. Good morning.
Well, hello, Bill, Jeff, and Davey.
I knew it all along. Do it all alone. Good morning, Stephen. What's going on?
Well, regarding Habaika's question today,
yes,
I was a Boy Scout, and I'm an Eagle Scout.
You are an Eagle Scout. I think I knew that, and so is Davey.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did it 2 days before, one day before I turned 18.
And so was George W. Bush, or maybe H.W.
Well, I sat on the fence for almost 2 months, and I had everything completed, and I sat on the fence for 2 months. So.
But then you finally did it.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it hard to become an Eagle Scout?
Not really.
No, you were
because
good.
A good friend of mine who's now passed away, and his dad said, if he can do it, you can do it. And I want to see you do it. And he says, until you do it, I'm going to pull all the hairs in the back of your neck so you cringe right up.
Okay.
And he did that like a week before I was supposed to go before my Eagle Court of Honor board review. And he says, if you don't want to do it, I'm going to pull the hairs on the back of your neck. This is when I had hair.
Yeah.
And he really did it. And I said, okay, I've had enough. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. Is that how it went for you, Stephen?
My Scout Master really went to bat for me and got me an extension, and I got it when I was 19.
Okay. Really cool. Now, Stephen, the Walk for Autism is coming up next Saturday, a week from tomorrow, at SUNY Poly. The 16th.
Yes.
I know this is something near and dear to your heart.
Yes, it is. It's for the Kelberman Center that it benefits, and it's next Saturday, and I'll talk more about it next week as it gets closer.
All right, so you're spreading it out for publicity purposes. It makes complete sense. Okay, and I guess what's the plan for the weekend? It's Mother's Day weekend. I hope you got something for your mom.
Yeah, I got her a restaurant gift card yesterday, and I'm going to put it in the mail sometime today.
Okay. All right. Well, you have a great weekend, and listen, stay local this weekend. A lot going on around here.
Yes, and let's go Mets.
Yes. 4 out of 6 ain't bad.
No, it isn't, but we need better than that.
Yeah. There's a long season, a long way to go. So, all right, good stuff, Stephen. Thank you, man.
Bye, Bill.
Have a great weekend. Stephen Rubitsky.
Deeds says, Bill is always confusing immigrant with illegal.
I really do know the difference. I don't know why they would say that, but.
Yeah, and in this case, your understanding, I think mine as well, is that this is illegal illegally. Yeah.
Illegal. But I think the problem you have is that we were all good with this 25 years ago or whenever this guy came in. It's all about, hiring people, and you kind of feel like you're getting a better deal. You're not paying for advertising. You're not paying for insurance. You're not paying for all of those things, and you feel like you're getting a good deal. Look at the deal I got on the new roof we had put on. So I think that who's guilty?
Yeah, everybody wants to save a buck.
They're coming here because there is work and people are hiring them. So probably we should stop hiring them if we don't want people coming in illegally, I guess. And there were a lot of people that have come. I had someone that years ago we were trying to pay, who came from Australia, who we could not pay because their work visa had expired, and we couldn't pay that person. So you find ways to take care of the people. But they were from Australia. She was beautiful. Nobody cared. It was all like, whoo.
Boy, how many egg omelets did you send back with her?
Yeah. Nonetheless, I think we're all guilty in this. I know people don't agree with that, but if there wasn't a place for them to work, then I guess they wouldn't be here. Listen, enjoy the weekend. Be safe. News is next.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 Utica. From the WB Paid Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
Let me tell you about, I thought there was one there, Davey. It's my fault. If you want to make your home look amazing, and we're talking about made in America, right? Legally made in America. Everything 25% off, and it's all made in America at New York Sash. From their windows, their incredible windows, the baths and the doors, all 100% made in America. And the timing could not be better because everything now is 25% off. That includes their top quality New York Sash brand windows, beautiful, easy to clean acrylic bathroom systems, and stylish, secure entry doors, all American made, all installed by their fantastic local team right here in Central New York. It's the Made in America sale, and it's 25% off right now, everything at New York Sash. That's 25% off at New York Sash. You want me to do one more, Davey? I can. Are you responding to people? He's very angry over the Lance and Lee comment. Don't let it bother you. He's just kind of having fun with you. So the weather this weekend looking somewhat unsettled today and tomorrow, but then a little rain in the morning on Mother's Day Sunday, and then it should be a pretty decent day. We'll get up into the 60s, I believe.
I got my rubber boots ready for
He's going to need
Glen.
him because he's going to Watkins Glen.
Full report on Monday.
Full report coming on Monday, where a lot of people are unhappy with what's going on, the fact that it's in May this year.
You're going to have to do it by yourself.
I am. It's going to go right to the top.
Yeah, you have to.
Just how I like it. So that's Watkins Glen this weekend. Davey will have a report coming up. WIBX Utica Rome. It's 9 o'clock.
A slowdown in hiring, but not as big as predicted. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
We got a much better than expected jobs report for the month of April.
Fox Business Network Cheryl Casoni.
115,000 jobs. The expectation was 62,000. The unemployment rate, as expected, holding steady, 4.3%.
That hiring is 70,000 fewer jobs created, though, than in March. On Wall Street, stock futures are rising. Oil prices up slightly, but the price at the gas pump has dropped a penny this morning after the big spike up the last couple of weeks. Now to the Iran conflict.
We should know something today. I mean, we're expecting a response from them. We'll see what the response entails. The hope is it's something that it can put us into a serious process of negotiation.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio a short time ago, as President Trump insists that deal includes Iran agreeing not to have nuclear weapons, as the president downplayed a flare-up in fighting, saying a ceasefire remains in place despite Iran attacking 3 U.S. Navy ships.
They shot missiles. Every missile was knocked down. Every drone was knocked down. And the people